Hey, YouTubers, what's going on? It's the Natural Born Philly here, and welcome everyone to Being the Asylum. This will be episode 227. So yes, this is a recovering week for me. Just woke up like about a couple hours ago. I woke up with something, aching in my gut. Um, so far I had some good sleep for it, and felt a little better, but hopefully it stays that way. I'll bring something like once I talk to the panelists about this. But speaking of the panelists, here we have the True Japer and the Omega Red.
What's
Hello,
up? What's up? What's
hello
up?
guys. What is up? That R2 stuff, but what's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh boy.
There,
Oh,
we're
I
talking about
can't,
Backlash, by the way.
oh yeah, obviously. I can't wait till we get Robert's favorite part. I can't wait. Robert's
he
gonna
was there,
love this.
there with me, by the way. He was there with me on the stream when we're reacting to it.
That's right.
To the match.
Yeah, to the match. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All
we're gonna
right.
talk about Backlash. But
I'll
before we
definitely,
do that,
I definitely say this. It was way better than Cody versus Cena at WrestleMania. Way better.
Oh yeah, I actually had a lot. I was enjoying the main event. I thought it was fun. I don't know, kind of. It was kind
And
of.
what?
I don't know.
And yeah. Here's the thing.
It
I
kind
thought
of.
it was entertaining in a way. I will say this. I'm not saying it was some 5-star classic, match.
No.
I'm not saying that, but
No, but it was a fun watch. Like it kind of, I don't know, it kind of brought me back to like like how
I'll say one
like,
thing. It's way better than Randy and Cena's matches before, this current one we got, recently.
yeah
I'll say that's probably the best match they had in years, honestly, when it comes to facing each other.
honestly yeah because I was enjoying
And
everything.
who would have thought? They're both almost 50-year-old men. They're having way better matches than they did when they were in their primes. That's crazy.
some people
Yeah,
say,
I get
the last match, the last good match they ever had BB Show before Backlash was their I Quit match from Breaking Point.
Oh, I agree. That match,
I remember that. Yeah, that
which
was
I agree. That was one of their best matches. When it comes to facing each other. So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I guess in their minds like, hey, this is our last match. Let's make it count. Let's make it count.
Mm-hmm. Some may also
And
say
hey,
the Iron Man match too that they had on that same year.
yeah, I didn't. That was bragging rights, right? The Iron Man match.
Was it Breaking Rights? I can't remember. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I was. I remember now. Yeah,
It was
it
bragging
was.
rights.
yeah. Well, at the same time, I'll say it was kind of far from perfect too, because I thought it was a little too overbooked at times too.
It
And not
was.
gonna lie, and
It
not gonna
was.
lie,
It got ridiculous, but
and not gonna lie,
it didn't bother match.
not gonna lie, it
Yeah.
got way too cliche with some of the wrestling cliches and matches as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I'll say.
Yeah. Good.
I'll say this. I'll say this. It wasn't. It wasn't on the level of the House of Torture.
Oh no.
No, not even close. But still, it was
No.
it was still a little ridiculous with shenanigans at times. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I had fun though. I had a fun time. It was great.
Fun.
Now the one I'm looking forward to that I definitely know will definitely be a good match it will be Punk and Cena once they face each other again.
Oh yeah, because they have great chemistry. So
Yeah, I think it's
have-
going to be a SummerSlam.
CM Punk's one of the only opponents that John Cena actually tries to wrestle for. Actually tries to look good in the ring. If you really think about it.
yeah, because they have great chemistry. Whether it's in the ring or
other than who AJ Styles, the other one Cena would actually try to be good in the ring with. So.
yeah, I say AJ Styles too, because they had some good matches.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm not looking forward to Cody and Cena's rematch event. We're gonna eventually gonna get. That's gonna be garbage.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Let me guess. You guys say it's all Cody's fault, right?
I mean, part of it was. I'll say that.
Part of it.
I don't blame Cody for what happened.
I do to a certain extent because he could have easily changed word not to have Travis Scott there. So fuck that.
Yeah, because he's a corporate shill. Wow.
And not only that, I didn't like the fact he was no selling and fucking kicking out fucking 50 finishers.
Yeah, it was kind of getting ridiculous because I think Cena did like 3 or 4 AAs. on that match, and then he still kicked out. Like,
and now I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really like the fact that Cena and Orton felt like a finisher spam at times too, but it wasn't as bad as the Cody one. The Cody one was
it wasn't as bad though. Like they weren't like doing like the whole match, like
or not as bad as sometimes some recently where they like to have Will Ospreay kick out every finisher and no sell stuff. I don't like that either.
Or like Brock or Roman, because
Brock and Roman too. That was another finisher spamming, no selling, constant kickouts. But that was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yes. Backlash.
But guys, before we get to Backlash, that'll be the first thing we'll talk about. First off, so yesterday was my unfortunate thing that get through when it comes to burying my grandmother. We went to New Jersey to bury her, and unfortunately we didn't get we there's no tombstone for her yet. We're when that time does come to go for a tombstone, which is probably gonna be around next month. That's when we're gonna have a tombstone for her. But yeah, so the recovery starts right now for for me to get back on track and all that, and hopefully this week
it's gonna be a long road. If you don't want to, we don't have to talk about it, bro. If you don't want to, we don't have to talk about it.
Yes. But this week I'll be back to work. Hopefully it doesn't rain, because speaking of rain, it's raining right now. Just hopefully it doesn't rain. Hopefully it's not a recurrent thing, for the rest of the first week going to the weekend.
Yeah, I gotta ask you guys: is it hot where you guys live right now?
It's warm.
Yeah, it's a little warm. It's kind of weird. Like, there's days where it's warm, and then at the same day it'll start raining. So
yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at right now in Georgia.
Right.
So
right now for me, right now for me, today was literally like 88 degrees outside with humidity.
Oh dang!
Yeah. And I have to work outside in that. So how do you think that feels?
Oh god. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you ain't alone because of me working during the summer.
Well, I have to work a labor job, so
right.
Yeah. Wow.
I was sweating my ass off.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Like,
when it comes to me, I gotta try to avoid the sun. Especially when it comes to give me a tan, which I don't like getting a tan. I'm tanned up as it is when it comes to my skin color. But
wow.
But
by the light.
Oh yeah. That sun will be out there where it does find you, even with sunglasses on.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sure like when it actually becomes summer, man. Yeah, that heat's gonna it's gonna be hot.
Shit, over here sometimes it gets like freaking 100 degrees the entire day.
Oh my god.
You're like literally in the morning it would be like 80 degrees, and then it'll get up to 100 in midday. Like, holy fuck. Yeah, even in the morning we're not safe. It would be fucking like 80 degrees outside. When it gets to the hottest around here. Oh fuck, he left. God damn it.
What the fuck? Where you go?
I have no idea. But either way, yeah, I think you're thinking like, holy shit, like that's ridiculous. That heat level. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I felt that before during my topic.
Yeah, it'll be in the morning, like fucking 6 or what. I don't know what time you go to work, but like if it's like 6 in the morning or whatever, it would be like fucking 80. It's like, holy fuck.
There's a story where I was told about this. I don't know if it's true or not, but if you put some type of cologne or perfume on you during the when that heat wave comes, you'll be set on fire or something. Like, really?
What?
Like, is that one of the urban legends? that I haven't heard of. I guess whatever. I'm like really.
That's ridiculous.
A type of type of spray thing you put on. It doesn't matter if it's one of those Axe sprays, whatever. It'll cause some type of heat. That'll create fire, and then you get set on fire. It was something I heard. Even my friend told me at one point, like, really,
That
you believe that?
I'm gonna say that's ridiculous. No offense to your friend, but that is pretty ridiculous to say.
Hey, where's Shaver? Is that one now, son?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Well,
I hope not.
Well, either way, so again, after Ruth's done burying her, then we all went, most of us went our separate ways, but most of us went I went to go eat, and for the first time in a while, I finally had some Wendy's, and I tried basically what I wanted to try out was the Baconator.
You never had the Baconator before, or you have?
I don't think I have.
You never had it? What the? Really?
Because
that kind of surprises me. I'm like, wow, I didn't think you had it before.
Yeah, because keep in mind, folks, I haven't been on Wendy's for a while, so so finally I went to Wendy's. But we went to drive-through.
The drive-through? Oh
yeah.
I bet you never been to a drive-through before. No offense, just saying.
Cause we we're on the road, because we're in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. So. Yeah, that's how I usually get food before I go home. Sometimes just go through the drive-through, get my food, put it on my heated seat because my seat has heating, or the passenger seat has heating, so I put the seat heater on so it keeps my food warm, and then that's how I get home for that.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
So the fries was good. I'll tell you that much. I got the meal for it.
Oh, the fries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wendy's fries is good. I like Wendy's fries.
They didn't have no Sprite though. Cause I guess it was all out, whatever.
Oh, Sprite.
Yeah, so I like give me a Coke instead.
You should have got the pineapple mango juice they have there. It's really good.
Pineapple mango.
Yeah, pineapple. It's really good. I recommend trying it one day. All right. When you get a chance to, it's really good.
Pineapple mango.
Yep.
Is that what some kind of
It's a juice.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, pineapple mango. It's just a juice. Yep, juice. I know it's not soda, but it's juice. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so then I finally tried the Baconator. Wasn't anything I expected. It didn't. Not saying it was bad. I just like I don't know what what kind of burger I'm eating here, but I wasn't thrilled with this burger at all.
Oh come on, really?
Yeah, I mean the bacon was good. The bacon was good though, but the meat itself,
the square patties.
The patty itself, it wasn't that. it was not to my liking.
You don't like the square patties from Wendy's?
I like sometimes, because again it's been a while. It's been a while since I had it, so so maybe it's something I just gotta get used to. I don't know. So maybe if I try again, because there is one of these,
maybe just. I was gonna say maybe it's the location. Maybe you just happen to have a bad location. That happens sometimes.
Probably. But yeah, so because of that, I blame the patty for my egg.
I thought you were gonna say, "Oh, I hate Wendy's now. Fuck Wendy's." Oh, wow.
Nah. I'm not gonna say that. Because again, it's been a while since I've been in Wendy's. So if I try Wendy's again, because it is downtown where I'm at, I'll give it a chance. Now, if I did a review of it, of breaking their, you know, and say how I felt about it, like yeah, wasn't a big thing I thought it would be. Uh, but again, if if I get a second chance to do it again, and I would done another video of it. Um, but either way, I'll get another try one, if I ever, sometime in the future.
Why'd you try to bacon air fries? Bacon air fries is pretty good. Yeah, there's bacon air fries. I don't know if you knew that. Pretty much, it's
I don't
just
know.
bacon. It's just bacon, cheese, and fries. Pretty much, that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. I know there was one that's called that.
yeah, yeah. They have that too at Wendy's. Yeah, I yeah.
Geez,
I don't know. I like Wendy's.
where is JKP?
I don't know. I have no idea where he's at.
His internet kind of got that long, can it?
I don't. I don't think it's been that long. I don't know.
Oh wait, here he comes. It's just playing. Nice game.
What?
Yeah, I heard
Oh, the
John
music.
Cena. I heard John Cena.
Oh, that's it's on. It's 2K. Playing 2K.
All right.
Which wink, wink. I mean, could that be his opponent at Revenge? Never know. Anyways,
You never know when you're gonna go.
won't you love to see John Cena taking ass bumps again? Oh God.
Well, lucky to get us through that. So that'll be something though. Just for John Cena.
Yeah, the game just does special ass bumps and animations just for him. I'm not gonna lie, if you did that, that'd be so accurate. It would be so funny too, just to see it in a game.
Mhm.
That'd be hilarious.
That
You
would
just
be
give him
funny.
ass bumps?
Wait,
I was
what y'all
telling
doing?
Robert, it'd be funny if 2K did John Cena accurately and they have him do ass bump each time you do a move on him in 2K.
And then Robert, we be going crazy.
You're back. You're back.
It never ends.
Oh god. But all right.
Well, I mean, maybe depending on what move you do on him. I mean, maybe you might take ass bump. You never know in the game.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right, guys. There's also mean two things we can talk about before we get to backlash. One of them. Not being a chance to really talk about it. But the passing of Steve McMichael, which it was almost back in April of the 23rd, and basically we all knew the eventually this was coming. Since the on that time, which ironically it was on April of 2021 when we heard about the news about the illness he had, which is a illness that cannot be cured, unfortunately, and didn't have much time to live. Since again, it was something that's called ALS, but that's what he had, unfortunately. Again, there's no cure for it. I'm surprised he lasted that long, because again, this was back in 2021. He had that illness, and here we are in 2025. It's when unfortunately he did unfortunately pass, and one of the members of the Four Horsemen, during the 90s in WCW. Even before that, he also had a brief time in WWE at the time, not as a wrestler, but basically being
Mhm.
involved with the holding with Lawrence Taylor for Bam Bigelow for WrestleMania 11. One of the most one of the most forgettable WrestleManias ever.
Yep. Well,
Oh
besides
yeah.
that main event.
um, but yeah, so I'm surprised when WCW was when under, he was never a guy to look at to come in during on those times. Go- but maybe it was him. You're not interested, whatever. I don't know, but either way, but he so he'll be joining Miss, and You know, condolences goes out to his family for that loss of Steve Maclin and Michael. Now I know you guys you really don't know much about him because you obviously he was before your time, but so I know if you had anything to say about Steve McMichael.
I knew he was in WCW. I think he had a match against Goldberg at Starrcade, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe that it was Starrcade, but yeah, they had a program before.
Yeah, I think I've seen that match before. You know, when I was watching Starrcade, you know, in the past, you know, that Pacific Starrcade. So, and I mean, it sucks that he died, man. I mean, rest in peace, honestly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't really have much experience with him because I don't think I've watched many of his matches.
He was all right.
I knew he was.
I'll say that he was all right.
Yeah, because I know he was a football player, obviously. So.
Yeah. Yeah, he was all right. In the ring. He was safe now. You know, when it comes to wrestling his opponents. I guarantee you, if you would give him Bret Hart a chance, to wrestle either Stephen Michael first or Goldberg, he would have chosen McMichael.
I'm pretty sure he would. Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't much of his wrestling because people never had much to say about his wrestling. It was more of his personality, his charisma that he had. Was what people liked about him. Which again, I don't understand why after those were folded, they at least tried to bring him in, unless he had no interest in to go into WWF at the time. So, but it is what it is. But not passing was recently. It was actually on a Sunday, but we didn't get it until this news until Monday, and that's Sabu.
Yep.
Yeah.
After he has last match against of all people, Joey Janela. That's gotta be another reason why had to be his last match. But this came out of nowhere though. Because again, for those that that seen Sabu, we recently saw seen us obviously we saw clips of it, but for other people they recently just saw him, and now he's all of a sudden gone. It's like
he just literally had his last ever match. What, like a couple weeks ago before he passed away?
And the thing is, that was his retirement match too. Then he got to his last match though after hearing about this news.
Yeah. Yeah, rest in peace, Sabu. Definitely a death I was not expecting to hear, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But yeah, one of my favorite one too was Sabu. Especially because of the style that he brought in. Again, when it comes to wrestling, he was alright too. But yeah, but it wasn't about his wrestling. It was for real. If it was that stream's career, it was more than that. What he does in the ring. It's why people gravitate to someone like Sabu.
Yep. I mean, say what you want about his wrestling, but he was over. So
he was over,
especially in ECW. So
he has been a lot more like ECW.
He definitely was a daredevil in the ring.
Yeah, before there was their party, there was a Sabu.
Yep.
Then you see others, like a Darby Allin and whoever else you want to throw in there as daredevils.
Yeah, Sabu came in before any of those guys. So.
Yeah, the Sabu has been a lot, almost like every promotion that he went to. Even in a brief time in WCW, which I had no idea of it. Unless I missed it. If he did have a brief time in WCW. But also because most likely in WWE and everything. And then recently in TNA. I mean not recently in TNA. But, he's been in TNA too. But I'm talking about in AEW, I should say. Even though he didn't wrestle, but he still got involved, and and I'm pretty sure he wanted to wrestle whatever type of style match he wanted to have in AEW, because AEW is influenced by something like a Sabu, especially the CEO of the company, who's a fan of ECW and brought some elements into AEW for that.
Yep.
But yeah, fortunately, he's gone. 60 years old, by the way, and we don't know what was the cause of his death. Georgina said something about he took something before their match. Don't remember what the drug was, but there was some type of drug that he took that from the to least to make it through the match, whatever. Which the match they had was a barbed wire type of match. And yes, I saw clips of it. Didn't see the full match, but I seen the clips of it. I saw some appearances of like a Sandman in there, and some other people that I may know who it was, and I missed some other ones. Like maybe if the Tom Dreamer was there, I don't know if he was or not, but or maybe RVD. I don't
There
know.
was
I don't
some
know
of
if he
the
was too or
ECW
not.
legends, pretty much.
Yeah, basically, some of these other guys. But I did see Sabu, and Sabu, yeah. I mean, not Sandman, and Sandman, yeah, he still got that gut. um, but
He's old now.
I mean, he's older, so yeah. But yeah. Sabu will be truly missed. If you ask me, what comes to ECW Mount Rushmores, Sabu definitely is one of my Mount Rushmores for ECW.
Oh yeah, he definitely was easily one of them.
If I were not done yet with Sabu, because remember, for Dark Side of the Ring, the Sheik, the original Sheik, is going to be Dark Side of the Ring episode, and Sabu is good. It's good beyond that one. So they're going to be do some tribute for Sabu, for that episode as well.
Yeah,
That whole and Maria Sabu, who's on this episode, they'll do something like that.
he probably will, because I think the Sheik's episodes just come out next week or this week, sometime, something like that.
I gotta find out if you can check it here next week or this or because Dark Ring, I think Dark Ring already happened. If I'm not mistaken, because it's already Tuesday. Oh, but we'll check it out though. We'll check it out later. All right,
Oh
guys. Yeah, but may Sabu rest in peace though.
yeah,
All right, guys. Let's get to what we are here to talk about now. So let's get to Backlash that took place in St. Louis, Missouri, in the Enterprise Center. Believe it or not, 17,155 fans in attendance. Um, your commentators were going to be Michael Cole and Wayne Barrett. Unfortunately, there was no Corey Graves, which I would love to have. Especially Pat McAfee. Because of that match, but I guess they didn't think of it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But either way, um, so there were 5 matches, and the match, some of the matches were kept, a minute of time until it gets a main event. And yeah, so and the reason why these, what comes to these limited matches, and which is a Triple H specialty, which it always has been in NXT, especially when it comes to takeover shows. But also on that same event where they were doing Backlash, they ended the show like around 9, close to 9:50, somewhere from there. I can't remember if it was or not, but basically they had come real close from there, that way, once that was done, because that's what all everyone was supposed to be talking about and focusing on, and then people could, if they're still watching UFC, because there's also a UFC show that happened after Backlash. Not on Peacock though. I'm just saying, yeah.
Mm.
But so, I didn't catch the beginning. Someone sang the national anthem. Who was it? If I know, if I know, if I, that's not.
I can't remember.
Okay, wait. Okay, I got here. Someone named Rashad Owens. Because my brother told me about the national anthem. He didn't know who that person was. But he said they sounded pretty. That person sounded pretty good. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I ain't just look back at it to know.
Yeah.
All right. So okay, it's a guy. So yeah, it's a guy. Yeah, I've never seen him before. So yeah, I wouldn't know. It looks alright though. All right. Now we got that out of the way. Just one there. Oh, okay, the weekend. Okay, never mind. All right, so Backlash. Let's get to the opening match here, which was a fatal 4-way match for the United States Championship, 17 minutes and 55 seconds. It was Jacob Fatu defended against L.A. Hype,
Yeah.
Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
And what a way to open this match, because this match was pretty good. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this match was pretty good. The opening match here.
Yeah, it was a good opening match. The Fatal 4-Way, it was a good way to open the show.
Yes. Some say it was one of their favorite matches, on the show.
Yeah, it was a really good match. I mean, we kind of figured since it's Fatal 4-Way, it was gonna be a lot of chaos, which there were.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that Drew and Damian went on where the fans were. And I remember, like, at first, like, you know how, like, when Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, took a selfie, of Damian, and he said, like, bored at work. Pretty much Damian retaliates, like, look, y'all, he's bored at work. Like he grabbed, like, Drew McIntyre's face. He's bored at work. And then, like, I think Drew's gonna go for something through the tables in the fans, where the fans are. But Damian Priest, countered, and then he hit the South to Heaven chokeslam through the tables, and they were pretty much out of the match.
And then Perry McIntyre got hurt.
Yeah, well, I think he said he's all right. Before I heard recently. So
yeah, I figure it's all right, but yeah. But I'm hearing reports of it, like, hopefully he is all right, because that's too many years Drew McIntyre on the show.
Yeah, so yeah, I think it's fine. But yeah, so it was just left to Jacob Fatu and LA Knight, which I think LA Knight, he was gonna go for like a top rope move on the announce table, because Jacob Fatu was on the announce table. But then Solo came out, and he pretty much took Jacob out of the table, to save him, basically save him. And then LA Knight obviously was going after Solo, and then someone attacked him. Was like, "What was that?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh my god, it's Rhino. I mean, Jeff Cobb."
It's Tess with long hair.
Yep. But yes, Jeff Cobb is officially in WWE.
Yep. We all know eventually he was coming in. We just didn't know when.
Yeah, we didn't know when or where, but he's in the main roster and he's joining with Solo.
Yeah, so for those people that are like, we'll make sure he's coming in. because he was on the because we heard he was on the what was it on the WWE web page of the I forgot what they say that he was on. But that basically told you right there he was coming in.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
people
you know, and
some people were denial and everything, and like, well, there you go. He another no more denials now. He's there, and now you can eat your word.
yeah. So and yeah, he got a good reaction once people saw who he was. You know, once they saw his
He
face.
did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and obviously he attacked LA Knight. You know, put him back in the ring. And then you saw Jacob, and Jacob wasn't really fond of that. He was like,
Nope.
he didn't look too happy. And so was
I
like,
hate you.
well, not yet.
That ain't coming yet though.
Solo, what are you doing? And that was more of that. Like, but yeah, so but yeah, Jacob wasn't happy about that, and so it was like, get in the ring, go win the match.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you know, he finished the job. You know, I think he did the moonsault. You know, that he does.
Yeah, the mine moonsault. Yes.
Yeah, and then obviously he got the 1, 2, 3, and he retained his championship. And yeah, he's still your United States champion. And yeah, and obviously looking at his reaction, seeing his face, he doesn't know what to make of, you know, Jeff Cobb joining Solo. You know, this new member of this faction.
Hell yeah. So yeah, Jeff Cobb is finally here, folks. Coming from Japan, now in WWE.
Well, he's a traitor.
Yeah, that was.
Well, you can't say you can't really say it's a traitor because he yeah, even though he was in because people also in AW for his brief time and all that doesn't mean he was signed with them. So you can't really can you call him a traitor?
Yeah, he was there, so that counts. Wow.
He was there, so that counts. Wow.
Wow. Yes.
But yeah, he's officially in WWE, so. And he's joining up with Solo and Jacob, and this is gonna be really interesting because, like I said, Jacob did look happy about this. So, I guess Solo has a new enforcer now. So that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
What's a Steel Storm?
No. Wow.
Wow. Well, but yeah, what you had anything to say about that, Omega?
About what?
Jeff Cobb, whatever.
Not really. I don't know. It was a great moment.
All right, there you go. Now, how long will it take
before? It's very interesting to see Jacob Fatu versus Jeff Cobb in the future. It's gonna be very interesting.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, how long will it take before they start putting on their mask and call him Matanza?
No. If they get the rights to it.
Yes. Obviously, they can't. Obviously, L.A. I mean, L.A. L.A.
I'm about to say, what did LA do?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, funny enough, he attacked him. So.
well, I mean, yeah, he did. So.
But yeah, good thing to see Jeff Cobb there. I didn't think he was going to come to the main roster right away. Because again, my worries were that no one's going to know who he was, on the main roster. But at that reaction, yeah, they reacted very well. It's like they figure, okay, we know who he is. We don't know much of him, but all we know is his name and how he looked, and we'll see what he's going to bring to the table. For a guy who's up there in age, by the way, but he still looks good. Either way.
Well, how old is he?
He's up to what is late 30s, I think. Oh no, actually he's 42. Shit.
Dang, 42? I was younger than that. He don't look 42.
I thought he was like Stone for 38. But yeah, he's 42.
Yeah, I thought it was
at least would have thought he was in his mid 30s or something.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Jeez.
The
Oh,
old
dang.
man. Wow.
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 I mean, he looks good for 42.
Doesn't look like it, yo.
No, he doesn't.
People that Jeff Cobb was Samoan, but he's actually Filipino American from Hawaii.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, at this point, it's not even the bloodline. It's the Asian Pacific Islander, faction, basically.
Yeah.
Because you got, Samoans, Tongans, and now Filipino. So, hey, diversity.
What's wrong with that smart? Wow.
Nothing. I'm just saying. Diversity.
Yeah, so the big swole. But anyways,
Oh boy.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh man. Jeff Cobb, that people that Jeff Cobb was Samoan. Yeah. Yeah. No, but yeah. But he's got that, Islander heritage there. So
I saw the Stephanie Places episode with Roman Reigns. Funny enough.
oh
It's kind of funny because there's a part in the episode where they have like a bloodline grill out or whatever, or bloodline like feast or something like that, where they're on the boat. Guess who's also there besides obviously the bloodline with Solo and Jimmy J and all them. Guess who else was also there?
Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn was there and Paul Heyman. I was like, what? I was like, oh wow.
Oh wow.
I was like, oh wow. So I guess the Honor Use thing wasn't actually a storyline. It was for real.
Oh wow. That's
hey, I mean, I guess that made them closer then, as people. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The whole storyline. Yeah, and same thing with the Tongans were there too. Tamatonga and Tongaloa. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta remember,
I was watching the episode and I saw the part where they're in a yacht and I guess they're having some sort of like feasting or whatever. And literally, Paul Heyman and Sami Zayn were there too. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, that was funny.
I guess they're part of family.
I guess, yeah. I guess so.
So about family.
So about family. Man, we gotta do a live reaction to those movies one day.
Yeah. In due time,
Shit.
folks. In due time.
Yeah. Which it won't be so bad. The first movies, but once you get to the later ones, that's when it starts getting ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah, the Fame and Furious. Yeah, I think that's where it really.
I can't wait to see the. I can't. When we get to that part, I can't wait to see the outstanding acting skills of Ronda Rousey.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Or John Cena in the Fast and Furious 9.
Oh man!
Then again, John Cena looked like freaking Marlon Brando compared to Ronda Rousey. Like that's how bad she was.
Yeah.
God dang. But
My favorite,
all right, guys.
My favorite part is always the Roman parts. He's hilarious. Roman's hilarious in those movies.
Oh, Tyrese.
All right, guys.
Yeah, Tyrese. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now we're Reigns smart though.
Well, I mean, he is in the movie technically in the movies.
Well, I mean, yeah, he is in Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
He literally does.
Hey, you never know. They might work something in the future.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys.
Could be.
Now we move on to the women's Intercontinental Championship. 18 minutes and 45 seconds. Live right period defended against Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would definitely say this might be match of the night, at least for me, in my opinion.
It was a good match.
It was also a good match too. Yeah. People credit both matches that opened the show being very good matches.
Yeah, I think there was even this is awesome chance for this match. So.
Oh yeah, they what? Yeah. I enjoyed the match pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good match. Crowd was into it.
I enjoyed the match.
Yeah. Now I actually thought they were going to have Becky win, but no, they actually had.
I thought so too. I was surprised that she lost.
Yeah, and mind you, I think Lyra actually kicked out 2 manhandle slams.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so they made her look strong in this match. Yeah, so Lyra retained her title, but obviously Becky got pissed and she was attacking her. Post match, obviously frustrated.
Bullshit. Wow.
Well, I mean, obviously,
Wow. Yeah, I think I think Larry got her nose bruised up there.
Yeah,
not bad. Not it didn't look it at first. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's broken, but it just got a little messed up. And also, her boyfriend was there too.
Yeah.
She
or fiance, I think it was, or
fiance.
husband.
Yeah.
Because that guy's one lucky guy. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I heard people were like, this guy really?
Yeah, they were kind of roasting him. It's like, bro, like, damn.
Like that.
Yeah, they were like, oh, this nerd or whatever.
Wait, this nerd got Lyra, so be jealous.
Yeah. And by the way, I think he's a wrestler too, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Yeah, he's a wrestler too, by the way. Yeah, for her.
I didn't know that. Okay.
And obviously he's not. Obviously, I don't think he's a real no wrestler, but I heard, I heard he wrestles though.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously he wasn't good enough to make it to WWE or AEW. Smart. Wow.
Or TNA.
Or TNA. Oh, damn. You really want to
or GCW. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, especially the GCW. What? Anyways, but yeah, but Becky Lynch, didn't win. Doesn't mean she's not gonna win it eventually. I think they're going to do a proper, do more with this. But yeah, very very good match though. And people were behind Lyra. I was hoping they was going to shit on her, not to like
like booing her or anything,
like booing her or anything. But yeah, I don't know. But I was surprised that they go nuclear on her.
Not it. She got a good reaction. And
she had a good reaction. I'm glad.
It's crazy knowing that the fact that Paul Heyman did an outburst on Raw and why he turned on Roman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we never got to talk about that either. Shit. We never actually got to talk about that. Not thinking about that.
Oh, I mean that part where Paul Heyman almost looked like he about to have a heart attack or something.
Yeah. I'm in the right. I'm right.
Great promo, to be honest.
It was a good promo though. Like,
I mean, it was a good promo. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
and you really think about it, it's like, no, he's not really wrong. He's actually right.
He's right.
Yeah, because he was saying, he had a point. Yeah. After WrestleMania 40, Roman just left and he was stuck with the new bloodline. They, took him out.
Screw you and your yeet.
And screw every one of you that's booing me. Because he's like, I'm always the scumbag, right? I'm always the bad guy. Not this time. I'm in the right. Yeah, it was a good promo from Paul, man. Like it felt like he was like he had that, he was feeling that deep inside. So really good.
Things where it's like, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, he's actually right.
Yeah, because Roman only came for Ulu Fala. He didn't really come for Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really come for Heyman. So
one and a half.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, so that was the match there. Then we get to the Intercontinental Championship match. 9 minutes and 26 it lasted. Dominic Mysterio defends against Penta.
Yep.
The match I thought was solid.
Yeah, it was a good match. Now I knew that Penta was losing. I knew he was going to lose, but I was wondering how he was going to do it. and obviously, El Grande Americano came. So they're continuing that feud, and obviously, he cost him the match.
I figured they would. After that interaction from Raw.
By the way, guys, Penta's buried. Just letting you know. But anyway,
he's buried.
He's done.
Yeah, he's buried. He's gonna go release. No way.
He peaked.
Yeah, he peaked. Yeah, he's buried. Oh my god, they ruined him. But yeah, and also Finn Balor's getting involved. Also, obviously Judgment Day, shenanigans. But yeah, Dominic is still your champion, obviously, and they're going to continue feud between Penta versus El El Grande Americano, which I think they're gonna have a mass versus mass match. I think that's most likely what's gonna happen. That's kind of why I see is happening. You know, Penta versus El Grande Americano.
I hope it's not. All I'm gonna say is I just hope they don't get rid of Penta's mask. I feel like that'd be way.
I don't think they're doing
good
that.
Idea.
I don't think they're doing that. They're gonna have, you know, El Grande Americano lose.
Then again, do you agree want that match right away after people are, you know, after the reselling also El Grande Americano match?
I mean that is true.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean maybe SummerSlam, maybe that'll happen. So,
well, for me, it's whatever. I don't care. You know, I know people do. I know some people care. You know, oh yeah, this is actually interesting. Like yeah.
I mean, hey, Jackie was making it work. He's doing a good job at it.
Gracias.
Gracias. You know, it's funny. I remember I saw a comment of like, you know, like obviously someone making a joke, but like, you notice how like El Grande Americano says gracias and like Chad Gable says thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That tells me that Chad Gable got that from El Grande Americano. He uses fire metal. But I'm like, wow, that's hilarious.
Wow.
I see comments like that. It's kind of funny. So, but yeah, Dirty Dom still your team.
But I'm serious. So you're in a contract champion, and we'll see how this develops with Judgment Day.
Yeah, because they're still having issues, at least with Finn Balor.
With Finn Balor, most likely, yeah. It's clear that both Charlotte and Becky are no longer the face of the company. Lyra and Tiffany, and they're insecure or during the outbursts. You can blame them. They already had their time.
Well, yeah, obviously, you know, obviously Becky's more storyline.
That's what they're trying to do. I'm pretty sure with them.
Yeah, Charlotte, I think is a little bit more real, but you know, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's the face. Stop. She is.
But
she's one of them. Not the face, but she's one of them. I should say.
Yeah, she's one of them. Dude, that crowd, like, I forgot where they were in SmackDown, but like that crowd, like they gave it to freaking Charlotte. Like, you know, do you want me to leave? It's like, yes. And then she left, and then they were cheering. It's like, yeah. It's like, I agree, man. I agree.
No one cares what you agree with. But anyways.
Wow.
And by the way, and also what you said on that promo, she had she had the best WrestleMania match with women's, the best women's match in WrestleMania, whatever. And like,
maybe it was
Io, Bianca, and Rhea.
I would say that match is better.
Yeah, if you're talking about like your match with Rhea a few years ago, then I mean, I thought it was really great. You know, that was a great match.
Yeah, both of them was, even though one of them wasn't in front of no crowds, but even that was good too.
Yeah, that was a good match. Even though I hated the result, but you know, that was a good match.
Yeah.
What? Which one?
We're talking about both from WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let me get to. Yes, here we go. Gunther versus Pat McAfee. 14 minutes.
Oh boy.
But to me, I think that was a little too long of my liking, but
I know everybody sounds like it's like, man, I hope.
Think of it like this. Think of it like this. At least Pat McAfee got his ass kicked, pretty much. Just think of it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't going to be a total squash. Like they were going to have him have a fighting chance, obviously.
Unfortunately,
but Gunther was no selling.
It shouldn't be, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, he was no selling though. Gunther, he was no selling most of it. So he was going business for himself. Oh no. But yeah, this is definitely interesting, and obviously, Michael Cole, he even said it before the match started. He's like, I'm gonna be very biased. He's he said he's gonna be very.
Michael Cole is definitely being annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
He was for a while. He has been annoying on commentary, and it was good because of this match.
Now, would you say that was it like the Miz level or like because you know how like he was like a huge sport of Miz? Would y'all say it was that?
Nah, I wouldn't say it was Miz level. I'll say it was more of John Cena Dick Eaton level. You know, when John Cena was still babyface.
Oh,
Because we all know Mike Cole definitely loves to dick ride John Cena every time he was on TV. You know, back in the day. So.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But not beats Michael Cole. That's a heel commentator.
Oh man.
You mean to tell me Sami Zayn, More City Machine Guns, Braun Breakers, Street Profits, Naomi, Jay Cargill didn't have a match, but they have a match in back ass.
Pat Catastrophe.
I think you meant to say at back ass, not and back ass. But Pat Catastrophe has a match, but Triple H is cooking.
Yeah, he was good with this match. It was great. Come on, this is takeover level. Come on, this is NXT takeover level.
I love the fact that Pat McAfee triple flip over the ropes.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But yeah, like I mean, because like Gunther was mainly in control for most of it, and like he could have ended it.
I mean, even like this, Jordan. At least he got his ass kicked. I mean, that's how I'm thinking of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he probably hated the ending though. Jordan is
yeah.
God damn
it. At trash last. It wasn't that bad. Stop.
It wasn't bad. It was a good show.
It wasn't that bad. It was way better WrestleMania. It was better.
It was way better WrestleMania. Yeah, it was a good show.
Once again, I'm not here saying some epic pay per view that you need to watch. No, I'm not saying that. But
Are you?
Just like I am.
Yeah.
Just like the main event. I mean, we'll get to the main event. Once again, I will say this: like, it wasn't the main event wasn't some 5-star fucking classic or match
no,
like that, but it wasn't as
fun.
fast as I thought it was going to be. It was a little better. I'll say that.
It was fun.
Way better than Cena and Cody at WrestleMania. Way better. So.
Yeah. But yeah, Michael Cole
show was shits. Oh, wow.
But yeah, I remember like Michael Cole was like telling Gunther to stop, and like Gunther grabbed Michael Cole, and it looked like he was gonna. Michael Cole was fighting a little bit, like get your hands off me, and he was gonna go for power. And then Pat McAfee,
I kind of wish Gunther did it.
Oh no!
I mean, what? It's not like Brock Lesnar or Braun Strowman did a move on Michael Cole before. So.
Well, yeah, but yeah, obviously Pat McAfee stopped it, and going for like suplex from the apron, and then like Michael Cole grabbed his foot, to get a screwy finish, a screwy win. But obviously he kicked out. He got his shoulders up.
I watched Backlash 2008 just to cleanse myself of midlash. What the hell?
Midlash.
I guess he hated this pay-per-view. Goddamn. Man, did you hate this pay-per-view so much you thought it was the worst show of the year? Like, goddamn. Like, come on. Once again, not saying it was some fucking, 5-star pay-per-view that everyone needs to watch. I'm not saying that, but, you get what I mean. And unlike 2023 and 2024, the European crowd couldn't save it.
Wow.
I thought those years were great, and plus, in 2023 they were in Puerto Rico, not in Europe. So.
Yeah, get it right. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which that was a great show. 2023 Puerto Rico, that was a great show. But yeah, Gunther put Pat McAfee to sleep. Pat McAfee was trying to fight, but he couldn't. It was too much for him, and he passed out. And Gunther got the win, which obviously we figured was going to happen. So
I was worried there because it was a part of the match with Michael Cole tripped Gunther.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I was like, oh no, don't tell me this. Don't tell me.
Yeah, when he grabbed his foot, to get the win. But obviously,
I was worried there for a minute. I'm like, don't tell me they're gonna actually have Pat McAfee.
Yeah, that's old school. That's old school booking there. But thank God that Gunther got out of it. That would not went well with me, obviously.
Yeah, they were teasing us. They were teasing us, bro. They were teasing us. So, but yeah, he kicked out, and like I said, Gunther put Pat McAfee to sleep, and I was and the match, and then Gunther showed.
I wish Gunther did that to you. Wow.
Wow. But yeah, Gunther showed respect to Pat McAfee. Yeah, again, he showed him some respect, and obviously the crowd, was cheering
chopped
him.
the hell out of him.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, he got a little respect from from Pat McAfee. Got a little respect from Gunther, So yeah, which I know that destroyed Jordan. It's like, oh my, Gunther, you're a sellout. You're a sellout. you sold out. Yeah, I mean, it was. I had a fun time watching it. It was definitely something. So, wow, damn! I gotta tell me shut up. Wow,
what the hell?
Ain't told me shut up.
Well, you should, smart. Wow.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, you should. Wow.
But yeah, like Steve Strong said, can Michael Cole get involved? Like, what was Michael Cole going to do? Oh man.
I think it's great.
He's gonna stop it. Wow.
Come out of retirement and wrestle. Well, that's like, well, he was really that wrestler to begin with.
I'm gonna say, was he really ever considered a wrestler?
No,
really a wrestler.
Yes, Mark. I mean, he's undefeated at WrestleMania. Oh no.
Oh man. All right. Finally, the main event for the not so undisputed WWE Championship. 27 minutes and 50 seconds.
There we go.
John Cena defended against Randy Orton. One last time.
Jordan's boy.
And obviously, as much people want to hate on it, I mean, I'll just say this. I mean, it was bound to happen anyways because it was a retirement.
Yeah, I mean, it's John Cena's retirement tour. They're gonna do one more.
Think of it like this. At least he got it out of the way now and didn't save it for like a main event of SummerSlam or anything like that. Just think of it like that.
Yeah,
it doesn't change the fact that John Cena still is shit.
And he is shit. Randy carried him. I don't care what anyone says. Randy carried him. He's still garbage.
Yeah, I still hate you, John Cena, but you already had a good match.
I still do. I'm not gonna kiss his ass because he heel. Fuck it.
No one say you had to. You're saying that.
At least he held his own in the match, and then you look complete,
maybe he was trying for once with Randy, to actually wrestle for once. You never know.
Yeah, because actually they have chemistry, and obviously they're good friends. So, yeah.
The whole poke in your eye that Cena did, I like. I kind of chuckled that. I chuckled that a little bit, and then Randy got back on with it, like Randy could do the same thing.
Yeah, I know it's funny.
Your Randy and Clay Rose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that motherfucker couldn't carry his groceries to his doorstep. Oh, stop!
What the
hell? You talking about Randy, Jordan?
Yeah, about Randy. Yeah. He's talking about Randy.
Wow.
Of course he is. Wow. But yeah, this is a fun match. This is really fun. Obviously it's a little overbooked, but I don't know. That's kind of made it fun. Obviously there's gonna be some referee bumps, which there were. I remember I forgot how the first referee went down, but he was down for a little bit, and then I remember Randy Orton got. Yeah, and I remember Randy Orton got a table, which I know Robert enjoyed. Like, Randy, what are you doing? And obviously, St. Louis. Oh, by the way, St. Louis, they were showing a lot of love to Randy, which obviously makes sense. That's his hometown, and he was singing a song, which is great. I know Jordan was like sickening.
Sickening.
But yeah, they were showing him a lot of love. But yeah, I remember like Cena got put through a table by Randy.
Because the first one, obviously, it was Cena made collapse in a way.
Yeah,
Because they was for him to go through it, and then go through, and then all of a sudden Cena did something, I don't know what it was, but then it collapsed.
yeah. And then obviously,
that's what Owen called from got the table. But obviously, you couldn't see it because it was behind them. But we can tell. I can tell they were probably calling spots. Just like Cena was calling a lot of spots, by the way, in the ring.
he's on my. I can't hear him.
And we saw with our own eyes. His mouth was moving, communicating with Randy Orton. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know you're talking about, Smart. I didn't hear anything. You must have super hearing.
No, we couldn't hear it, obviously, but we could see it.
What are you talking about? You can't see John Cena. Wow.
Oh my god! Even at one point when Cena was has his head turned because the camera again was looking at the back of him in the ring, I could tell from there he was communicating with Orton.
I think it's great. But yeah, and
the shift factor, for wrestling out to the galore. John Cena.
Oh my god!
Trash. Oh my god! Trash now, trash forever.
Oh my god! So. But yeah, I remember Randy was going RKO frenzy, like he was going crazy with RKOs. Because I remember second referee came in. I think Randy hit the RKO on John, and then second referee came in to for the count, but obviously John kicked out, and obviously Randy was pissed about it. And then Cena got the title, and he was going to hit Randy with it, but obviously Randy got out of the way, and he hit the referee. It's like, oh, second referee down,
and the RKO on Cena.
Yep, another RKO on Cena. And then Nick Aldis and some producers like, Hurricane, Daivari, Jamie Noble was there. Other producers.
Yeah, they should send another referee out there. Like, why would they all come out and check out this one referee? Meanwhile, there's one referee.
Even Randy Orton was saying that.
Yeah.
And then obviously that's when Randy Orton got. And that's when Randy Orton got, RKO crazy. He RKO'd Nick Aldis. He RKO'd Nick Aldis, Hurricane, Daivari, Jamie Noble, and some other guy. Which the other guy with the blue suit, he sold it really well. I thought it was funny. And
I should have done probably real out there then.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I didn't Baru say he technically got cleared, but he just chooses not to wrestle anymore. I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I was gonna, at this point, man, just make Randy Orton and Nick Aldis a match already. Just making a match official already.
Yeah, that's
imagine that.
Maybe in SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine that Nick Aldis finally snaps and he just attacks Randy Orton? Like, oh man, you just imagine that.
Yeah, maybe, like I said, maybe at SummerSlam that'll probably be the match.
So, I feel like that'll be a good match. I'll definitely love to see that.
Yeah, but they were all checking on this one referee in the ring. Meanwhile, you got the other referee who was knocked into the steel steps, who need to be checked on, and they couldn't even bother to be checking him.
Yeah, they're racist. What?
With Nick Aldis becomes a wrestler again, we're gonna have him versus Cody Rhodes. Cody's gonna beat him again. Oh God.
That referee from outside. Yeah, that referee from outside is responsible for Undertaker's losing at WrestleMania.
Wait, what?
Even though that's not the case. With Pat. What his last name was.
Wow.
Oh no, Chad Patton. Chad, I had it mixed up. Pat Chatton. And Eddie Laringo was the one on the ring got hit with the bell.
Yeah. And obviously we gotta go to the best part, Robert's favorite part. When R-Truth came out, to save Charlotte Hero.
Like, God dang it.
And I know where I was like, RKO, get up. Which he did. And I'm sure Rob was like, yeah, thank you, Randy. Thank you. But obviously, you know, that gave Cena enough time to hit a low blow. He hit Randy Orton with the low blow, and then he hit him with the title.
I'm like, oh shit! I want you. It's like, are they ready to do the same finish that they at WrestleMania?
Yeah, and he did. Unfortunately,
and they did.
I didn't like that. I was like, really?
And I like, really?
So they're just gonna pretend like John Cena never beat Randy Orton clean before? Like, really?
So yeah, and obviously Cena got the 1, 2, 3, and he is still WWE champion.
Trash. Worst champion of all time already. Fuck him.
Oh my God! Stop.
The worst representative as a WWE champion.
Oh, I thought you were going to say worst representative of the United States again. It's like, what? he ain't the U.S. champion. but yeah, and I remember John got the mic. He got the mic saying, you know, he wants some competition, you know. And I thought someone was going to come out.
I thought so too. Like, what? Okay, where are they going with this?
But then, you know, he left.
God, he better not be seeing Cody and Cena at SummerSlam. Like, nah, fuck that. Really?
I thought it was gonna be Cody Rhodes coming out.
Well, thank God.
But with black hair.
With black hair, yeah, to show he's serious.
Yeah, black hair for a week just to go back to blonde the next week. Fucking idiot. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's why I hate you, Cody Rhodes.
Kind of stupid. Like, what was the point of doing that? You're just gonna go back to the same hairstyle.
But yeah, man. On actually the fans, like, I think this was off air. The fans were actually chanting, you know, thank you, Cena. They were, you know, chanting thank you, Cena.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, fuck them.
Wow. Wow, they're traitors.
Oh wow. And that was the show.
I didn't
also
that.
Yeah. Wasn't that show at all?
Wait, like I said, way better than WrestleMania. Obviously.
Yeah, I thought this was a really good backlash. Really good backlash. Not really much bad to say about it. So yeah, I think I give it like an 8. I thought it was a pretty good show. And obviously the next review is Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank, and for NXT, well, for June at least, it's going to be World's Collide.
So I take it that's Cody. That's going to be Cody and Cena, Money in the Bank. If Cena's going to be wrestling in that show.
I don't know. We have to see.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Because I think we're going to get because I don't know if you saw the.
That's dark true.
No, I think that's Saturday Night Live. Saturday morning. Saturday night main event. I missed a lot of stuff. Saturdays.
Yes, and let's go book a match now.
Yeah, but no, Saturday night main event. I think that's where it's gonna happen. You know, Cena versus Truth. They're gonna say something big for Money in the Bank for Cena, which I don't know what it is.
It's probably gonna be Cody. Unfortunately,
probably will be Cody.
Maybe.
And let's be honest, it's not because of my hatred of Cody and Cena. No, I don't. I just really don't want to see these two face each other again after that train wreck at WrestleMania.
Well, come on, guys. It's not
again, you know what? Maybe for the best, end the feud just so we can get Punk and Cena at SummerSlam and end the feud with Punk and Rollins as well. So.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, Punk and Cena, that needs to be main event at SummerSlam. That definitely needs to be main event. So.
Definitely, yeah. They got to do it again, man. Just one more time. I got to see it one more time. But yeah, man.
We're going to have seen the no-sell Punk the entire time. Oh, no.
Nah, he ain't going to do that. He going to do that.
No, we're gonna piss off Christian. We're gonna have Glass. We're gonna have Cena bring out Pile Glass. He's gonna hit Punk,
no.
and he's gonna pin him 1, 2, 3 and win that. Oh no!
Oh, could you imagine freaking John Cena's like real glass, Cry Me River. Shout out to you, Jack. and he is the AA on the car on CM Punk.
You know what match you need? They need, instead of having an actual wrestling match, you have a monster truck match. Oh no!
Oh no! What is this, WCW? Oh no! But yeah, man. I'm excited for Money in the Bank. It's gonna be in Los Angeles.
Yep, in my home state.
Yep. I know that's well.
What the hell?
Not just for that.
I wonder.
Yep.
I wonder if the Californians are gonna hate Punk because obviously the Cucamonga kids are unfortunate from my state as well. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I know you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, who cares? Fuck them.
Yes, the city of the Clippers. Wow. The team sucks. Wow.
They do suck.
Oh, so you do agree? Oh, okay.
But who does suck?
The Clippers.
Who do you say?
The Clippers.
Clippers. I don't care for them. The Lakers are the real team. There you go. That's all you need.
Obviously, yeah.
The Lakers are the real team of LA, not the Clippers.
So guys,
Yep.
that was Backlash, and John Cena. I did back on the show Backlash. I did watch one clip of what we were talking about with R-Truth and John Cena,
Mm-hmm.
and like, and then all of a sudden we get to the part where R-Truth said, even when they said that you can't wrestle or something like that.
Yeah, that's what triggered him.
That was
It's
my
like,
favorite. That was my favorite.
and then obviously, Cena.
Hey, you can't say R-Truth was wrong though.
He wasn't wrong.
I mean, he said, even though they say you can't wrestle, I still believe in you. I'm still on your side. And it's like, that's it. And John was like, that's it.
That made me laugh. I was like,
through the table.
I was like, R-Truth, you're supposed to be comedy, but you know what? For once, you're not actually being comedy. You're actually true about it. You're actually speaking the truth.
He was. He was.
Wait, John did you a favor. John did you a favor.
His name is R-Truth after all, so he has to just speak the truth. So.
The truth shall set me free.
Part of me, in a way, was kind of hoping R-Truth would be a heel, just so he could bring back that version of his character. That'd be awesome.
I thought they were gonna have maybe R-Truth on the side,
I've been like, damn, this is a bizarre world. Not only John Cena turns heel, but R-Truth, like current day R-Truth, like the fuck.
He could be like, little Jimmy is on John Cena's side. He's also his childhood hero.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, they're gonna have a match at Saturday night main event. So yeah, I think it's gonna be in May 24th. I think it's gonna be in somewhere in the 20th.
It's in 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 weeks. Yeah, so which obviously Jey Uso and Long Paul's gonna be part of it.
Oh god.
Which we
Backlash was so freaking bad. I was so mad. Hey, unless you saw Backlash, from what 2018.
2018 that was garbage. Oh, don't even remind me of that. There was only one good match, and it was like Seth Rollins versus The Miz, I think, for the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
That was literally the only good match that I can remember of that show. The rest were garbage.
No, you're just
look no further than that one.
Huh?
Yeah, look no further than 2018 one.
Yeah, that Backlash was garbage. That was terrible. And I think Roman versus Mojo's the main event, and people were leaving. Like people didn't care.
And the match was not good. Which I think whoever produced that should remove of producing any matches ever again.
Yep. All right. I guess we can do some fun topics
Anyway,
now.
yeah, let's pass some fun time.
And
Now.
Yay.
fuck John Cena.
Okay, we didn't need that.
Nope, it sucked. There was no payoff, no storyline progression, tons of interferences, ref bunts. It was stupid. I did Jordan. Is it Jordan behind this account?
Oh boy.
The main event sucked. It was spammy finishers, ref bumps, officials lined up for the RKOs like idiots. Only happened because it was Orton's hometown.
I mean, it was fun though. It was fun.
I guess you can't.
I mean, it was like spamming finishers, like like.
Well, unless you're John Cena, you can't win if you can't win your finisher, then win the low blow and the belt shot.
Yep. I think it's great. All right, so let's have some fun.
Way better than watching a Cody match nowadays.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, but we're gonna have some fun right now, folks. And once Omega gets that ready, so yeah, I saw that dog collar match that Steve Maclin had with Eric Young.
Nope.
I heard about it. I didn't get a chance to see it yet.
Oh my god, that was so bloody. Steve Maclin's part, by the way.
Yeah, I got.
He lost so much blood. Holy shit! Yo, the ring was almost drenched in blood.
Was it just as bad as like Eddie Guerrero, like when he was leaking out?
It was that level of Eddie Guerrero bad.
Jeez,
who's bleeding? Who's bleeding that bad?
Steve Maclin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the reason why TNA banned blade jobs now?
Yeah, I don't know if because it was because of that, because maybe it was because of that, because after
I remember you thought it was because of that indie garbage mud show match.
Yeah, I thought because of that match. Yeah, I thought because of that match. But I guess because I think it was because it happened with Steve Maclin and Eric Young, because after Rebellion they start doing their on the pre-tapings for TNA Impact, because TNA Impact is not live on Thursdays. Rarely they'll be live on Thursday.
Then referee actually wake up like an idiot. Orton looked stupid being distracted so long, but the time to do it. It's like he looked like a chump. Well, that's just wrestling logic.
I mean, that's always been a wrestling thing,
Don't babyface syndrome.
Because there's stuff in wrestling where it just never makes sense. You're just like, what? Like, why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you think of it logically, it's like, why would you do that? Like, what was the point of that?
Yes.
There's cliches and everything.
But
like I said, the match wasn't perfect, but nah, it was fun. The damn cliches were definitely something that was a little way too much at times.
Yeah. But Steve Maclin was bleeding so profusely. When it got some blood onto Eric Young, you would thought that Eric Young was bleeding too. But guess what? Eric Young in the match didn't bleed at all.
Wow.
I was like, holy shit, like, because I heard, that TNA was no longer going to be doing blood anymore. And now I see why now, because I had something to do with this match.
Oh, so they basically pulled Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels, basically. Because remember when Chris Jericho was beating the hell out of Shawn Michaels and he was bleeding, and I mean Chris Jericho wasn't bleeding at all. That's kind of what this reminded me of. So,
I mean, let's be honest. When it comes to Sean Gee beating down like that, he was always great at selling that in that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man. He was always great at that.
Yeah. And I heard it was something that Vince didn't like the way Sean bled. I'm like, what?
I guess he got legit scared.
I'm just Vince, Sean bled way worse than that. For example, Royal Rumble 2004, he bled way worse than he did at the Great American Bash.
I guess the beat down from Chris Jericho really scared him. So stop, Chris, stop.
Wow,
that's my boy. Stop.
But yeah, that match for Maclin and Eric was very gruesome that dog collar match. So
Yeah, I got to check it out. I mean, they have it in the YouTube channel, so I can check it out.
mm-hmm. All right, guys, here we go.
All right. Here we obviously got Apple, the Apple logo through the years.
Oh, where's Carlito? Wow.
No, wrong Apple. Wrong Apple.
The bad apple.
Where's Brian Keith? Oh God.
The bad apple, yes.
Oh wait, where's QT Marshall?
Right.
Oh no.
Oh God, QT Marshall.
Something. Brian Keith technically stole that nickname from Carlito, the Bad Apple nickname. He technically stole it.
Oh really?
Yeah, because Brian Keith in AEW is called the Bad Apple. And
that's right.
WWE is also called the Bad Apple. So I'm like, wow, so he stole his nickname pretty much. Like, wow.
That's right, yeah. But yeah, so obviously you got the couple logos here. So this one, you
I
pick
spit like people who want it.
Yep. For this one, you can pick like your top 2 favorite like Apple logos.
All right.
I'll go with I guess I'll go with the rainbow one. And
LGBTQ stuff.
No. That's not why it was rainbow. And finally I'll go with 2007 through 2014.
All right.
Okay. For me, I'll also go with the rainbow Apple logo. I'll go with 2001 through 2007. Robert?
For me, I'll go with all right, I'll go for 1998, and I'll go from 2007 to. Then I'll go. Then I'll go from 2007 to 2014, and my honorable will be the rainbow one.
All right.
There you go.
All right, we got Seth Rollins attires based off different media. So for this one, you can pick like your top 3 favorite attires from Seth in this picture.
I'll go with the Chicago Bulls one. I'll go with the Kingslayer. And finally, I'll go with the Deadpool one.
All right. I'll also go with the Kingslayer. I'll go with X-Men. And I'll go with Thanos. My honorable will be Deadpool.
Okay, for me, I'll go Chicago Bulls, the Avengers, and Tron.
All right.
And we got Pepsi.
That's it.
We're seeing Punk. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Obviously, we got all the Pepsi logos through the years. So this one, you can pick like your top 4 favorite Pepsi logo.
Sweet.
I'll go with. Let's see. I'll go 2003, 2006, 2008. And finally, I'll go 1991 through 1996.
All right.
Oh wait a minute! I just realized. Actually, I'll get to you later. But anyways, all right. So for me, first off, I didn't know it was called Brad's drink. at first.
I hadn't know that either.
It was probably like a long time ago, more than likely.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean,
I don't know who Brad is. I didn't even know about it.
who knows, Brad?
I was gonna say I couldn't tell you.
Brad. But anyways, yeah, I'm not too fond with these logos from the old times.
It's pretty much the exact same thing, just different fonts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not big on I'm not big on those. So, but I'll go with the from 1969 to 1971. I'll go with 1991 to 1996. And I'll go with, even though they're kind of the same in a way, but a little differently. But I'll go with 2003 to 2006. My honorable will be the current one. My dishonorable will be from the 2008 to 2014. I never liked that logo.
it was great. Yeah. For me, I'll go with 1991 through 1996. 97 through 2003, 2003 to 2006, and 2006 through 2008. So yeah.
All right.
All right, here we got Ricochet.
Everybody down for the Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Trash.
Well, obviously we got the evolution of Ricochet. We got, him, starting up.
Mm-hmm.
We got the future of flight.
Wrestling in front of 200 people.
Yeah. We got the future of flight, Ricochet, in the Indies. We got
Wrestling 1,000 people.
Yep. We got King Ricochet.
Wrestling over 15,000 people.
We got Prince Puma from Lucha Underground.
Wrestling in front of 500 people.
We got Ricochet, the one and only Ricochet in NXT.
Wrestling 1,000 people, I guess. and from Full Sail.
Wow.
We got the one and only Ricochet from the main roster.
Wrestling like 20,000 people, I guess.
Yeah. We got Ricochet when he's teaming with Braun Strowman.
Same capacity,
Yeah. We got Ricochet's last run in WWE.
Same capacity,
We got Ricochet, being all elite, as babyface.
Wrestling about 6,000 people.
Fuck him.
Wrestling for 6,000 people.
And we got heel Ricochet.
Absolutely garbage. Fuck.
Went down to 3,000 people.
So for this one, you can pick like your top 3 versions of Ricochet, basically.
All right.
I guess I'll go when he was Prince Puma. Go with him in New Japan for wrestling his first run. And finally, I'll go with Ricochet in NXT.
All right. Same as yours.
All right. Robert?
All right. For me, I'll go with Ricochet in NXT. I'll go Ricochet on the main roster. And I'll go with Ricochet of his final run in WWE. My honorable will be as Prince Puma.
Wow.
Wait, what about AEW as a heel? He's great as a heel.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere for me.
Come on, guys. He does.
I mean, let's be honest here. It's not like he's gonna be winning any world titles. Just being honest.
Niggas are racist. Well,
What? No, because he sucks. That's why.
you better chill out before he goes after you on Twitter. All right, here we got Chad Gable, aka Shorty G, aka El Grande Americano. So we got early NXT Chad Gable. We got American Alpha Chad Gable in NXT. American Alpha Chad Gable in the roster. Chad Gable in Steamboat with Shelton Benjamin on SmackDown. SmackDown Live. We got Chad Gable in Steamboat with Bobby Roode. We got Shorty G. We got Alpha Academy. When he debuted, that's Alpha Academy. We got the shoosh. Alpha Academy. When he started to become more funny. He's a heel. We got Babyface Alpha Academy. Chad Gable. We got a heel Chad Gable. After he texted Sami Zayn and was abusing Alpha Academy. We got the debut was American Made. We got the American Made as we know today, current day American Made. And we got El Grande Americano. So for this, you can pick your top 4 favorite versions of Chad Gable.
All right.
I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I'll go American Alpha from NXT. I'll go with American Alpha in main roster. I'll go with the Shush Alpha Academy Chad Gable. And I'll go with heel Chad Gable when he was abusing Alpha Academy. So yeah, my honorable mention should be American Made.
All right.
Actually, Shorty G was the best. Oh no.
I'll go with American Alpha and NXT.
All right.
I'll go Gable and Benjamin. I'll go with Alpha Academy as heels when he first started.
All right.
And finally, I'll go with Chad Gable as a heel when he was abusing Alpha Academy. There you go.
Okay. All right.
All right. I'll go with American Alpha from NXT. I'll go with American Alpha on the main roster. I'll go with Gable and Shelton. And I'll go with Gable as a heel. Abusing American Alpha Academy. Thank you.
Thank you. Shush. Gracias.
All right.
All right, we got Exhibition Championships. Yep. We got them through the years, including the current one that Moose holds right now, the orange strap. So for this one, you can pick like your top 4 favorite designs of the Exhibition Championship.
Mm-hmm. So I'll go with 2007 to 2013. I'll go with I'll go with the Global Force.
All right.
I'll go with the Impact. With the red scheme.
Okay.
And I'll go with the current one. Not the one that Moose holding. It was good. It was good too, but because of the strap. But yeah, but the one for 2024. My arm will be Moose. So.
Okay. Just how many we picking?
4.
I'll go 2007, 13, 17, 18, 20, 23, and 20, and the current one, 24 through currently.
All right. For me, I'll go 2007 to 13, 2013 to 2015, 2020 through 2023, the red one, the red Impact one, and I'll go with the current Exhibition Championship, 2024 to present. I'll mention the Moose.
Oh God.
Yeah, we got John Morrison. We got the WWE side, obviously, and we got outside WWE. So, WWE, we got Johnny Nitro. It's Eric Bischoff's assistant. We got Johnny Nitro from Eminem. Johnny Nitro singles run, Raw, when he's Intercontinental champion. We got John Morrison in ECW. We got John Morrison and Raw SmackDown when he was still a heel, when he's teaming up with The Miz. We got babyface John Morrison, his last run. We got John Morrison's return to WWE, teaming up with The Miz. And we got his last run, after The Miz turn on him. Outside WWE, we got Johnny Mundo from Lucha Underground. We got Johnny Impact from Impact Wrestling. We got Johnny Elite, he made his AEW debut.
Trash.
And last but least, we got Johnny TV.
And trash.
Mega trash.
So, yeah. So for WWE, you pick 3. For outside WWE, you pick 1.
I'll go with Johnny Nitro for Eminem. Johnny Nitro, when he's Intercontinental champion. And finally, John Morrison and 2010 on SmackDown.
Okay.
And then when it comes to outside, obviously, Johnny Mundo from Lucha Underground.
All right. For me, I'll go with Eminem, Johnny Nitro. I'll go with John Morrison as a heel. He's teaming up with The Miz. And I'll go with John Morrison as babyface. And I'll also go with Johnny Mundo from Returning Out.
All right. I'll go with Johnny Nitro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For Eminem. I'll go with John Morrison in ECW. I'll go with Miz and Morrison on during ECW and when they were also on Raw SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go with John Morrison as a babyface.
All right.
And as far as outside WWE, I'll go with Johnny Mundo.
Well, why not Johnny Impact, though?
Because Johnny Impact was trying to be trash.
Yeah, is that where it all started?
the push he was getting.
Who hated him more at the time? Was it you or was it Christian?
It was me.
Okay.
I like how they were overrating him so much. Like he was the greatest thing ever.
He was. Well,
he was. At once upon a time he was great, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, especially not in AEW. Or
and they overprotect him to hell. Like he was Hulk Hogan.
Really? Wait, they were really doing that?
They were overprotective of that like hell.
You just be the crybaby. Shut up. Wow.
I forgot about that. Because I remember he became Impact champion, right?
That it was one of your favorites.
Wow.
And I wanted to like him, but they'll rate him they'll rate him, they'll rate him to the galore. Like holy shit, like he's not that great. Come on.
Yeah, he is. Come on, this ain't no make believe.
Oh man. All right. There you go.
On.
All right, so here we got the teams of John Morrison, aka other names.
What is up with this John Morrison shit right now? So.
Well, originally I was gonna have a Afraid for Fools, but you know, I was really gonna have that, but you know, I don't have time to set it up. But obviously we got Eminem, we got Nitro and Melina, which is them. Obviously Miss Morrison, Robbie's favorite, Morrison and Truth. Miss Morrison when they reunited in 2019, and yeah, QTV, QTV. So, yeah, yeah. So you can basically pick your top 2 favorite teams of John Morrison.
Two favorite teams?
So yeah, I'll go. Eminem and Miss Morrison. I say you can pick like 2.
2?
All right.
I'll go with I'll go with Eminem and Miss Morrison the first time you came.
All right. Robert?
Eminem and Mr. Morrison, the first run tag team.
All right.
Well, my honorable will be Johnny and Molina, and my dishonorable will be that TV bullshit they were doing for AW.
I forgot. I really forgot because I don't really watch it. So.
The QTV stuff was garbage.
Yeah, QTV, that's what it was.
It's kind of forgettable because I don't remember much of it.
It's a knockoff of TMC, basically, what they did. Like, fuck off.
Wow. Right.
Anyways, all right, there you go.
All right, we got Brock Lesnar. We got the evolution of Brock Lesnar. We got OVW Brock Lesnar. We got the next big thing, Brock Lesnar. Debut in WWF. We got Here Comes the Pain, Brock Lesnar, and he became WWE champion. We got Brock Lesnar. I don't remember what's this one.
What? And we're in the red. What? We're in the red tights.
No. The other one right here in the bottom. Of the Undisputed Championship. Oh, I remember now. This is Here Comes Pain. It's babyface. Right. That's what it is. Because he was babyface during that time. I don't know why that slipped my mind. We got his last run in WWE. He's a heel and he's leaving. We got Brock Lesnar in New Japan. He was there in New Japan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that, but he actually was in New Japan for a while.
Yeah. I think he faced Shinsuke once.
Yep.
Yeah, he faced Shinsuke. Obviously faced, Kurt Angle. Like I said, UFC Brock. We got Brock's return in 2020. 2012. We got, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, Conqueror. We got Suplex City, Brock Lesnar. We got the Ultimate Farmer, Brock Lesnar, with the hair and the beard, and we got the Cowboy Brock Lesnar, when he was a heel, beating up Cody Rhodes, which I know looking back, I know looking back on Mega Loves.
Yeah, that was great.
Of course, yeah, of course.
I remember the meme of seeing the one after Brock Lesnar beats up Cody Rhodes every week, and it's Cody Rhodes in the wheelchair.
Oh, wow. But yeah, so for this one, you pick like the top 4 favorite versions of Brock Lesnar.
Top 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll go Brock Lesnar when he came in. Before him in. I'll go with Brock Lesnar as the undisputed WWE champion. I'll go with Brock Lesnar as a babyface. After leaving Paul Heyman. And I'll go with Brock Lesnar, the Conqueror. My honorable will be the Ultimate Farmer, Brock Lesnar.
There you go.
I'll go with Brock Lesnar when he first debuted. I'll go with the Brock Lesnar as the undisputed champion. I'll go with Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate from 2016, or the Conqueror, I should say. And finally, I'll go with Brock Lesnar, the Ultimate Farmer, as a babyface.
All right. I'll go to the next big thing. Here comes the pain. When he was champion as a heel. I'll go with the Conqueror. And I'll go with the Ultimate Farmer as babyface. All right. Here we got television championships right here. We got television championships. We got from WCW, NWA, and ECW. So basically, from each side, WCW, NWA, ECW.
Yep.
Which one of these championships designs of these titles are your favorite?
All right. Let's see. What? The first one's from WCW, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first row is WCW.
Okay. The WCW one. To be honest with you, I might actually go with the first one. I actually kind of like how the first one looks.
Okay.
Looks interesting. Doesn't look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not bad.
With the NWA one, I'll go with the one with the black strap.
Okay.
And for the ECW one, I'll go with the middle one, the one that looks like the Winged Eagle title. I like that one a lot.
All right.
No, look like a mid-card title.
What was that?
No, look like a mid-card title.
Oh god.
I mean,
Well, that guy said it for the undisputed belt, not the.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember
Because
that? The undisputed championship. That looks like a big card belt. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because I thought you were talking about television championship. I was like, well, yeah, of course it's a mid-card belt. It's like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But all right. For me, for WCW, I'll go with the last one. The third one. I like that design.
Mm-hmm.
For the NWA Television Championship, I'll go with the red strap. And for the ECW one, I actually go with the first one. I actually like how the first one looks.
All right.
So yeah.
All right. For me, I'll go with the last WCW World Championship title. I'll go with the NWA Blackstrap World Championship title. And I'll go with the final ECW World Television title. Extreme.
Extreme Championship Wrestling.
All right, there you go.
the hell is this?
No,
Oh
this
yeah,
is
ready?
This is Jordan. So I don't know what the
I don't know what the point of this is. We'll skip. There you go. No offense.
yeah, I don't know what that is about, but maybe
Okay,
Jordan
this
will
one I
tell us
do
later.
know. This one is Jordan's. I think it was
A race
which
one.
which wrestler you want to race? Yeah, race one. Okay, for me,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It's a toss up between two people: John Cena and Hulk Hogan. Who will be? Well, Cena isn't a racist. I mean, I'll give him that, but in terms of in ring ability and career, he's garbage as just as much as Hogan is.
Oh,
I'll still give her. I'm gonna go right way. I'll still give her Hulk Hogan.
I'll go Hogan.
I guess I'll go Hogan, even though Cena. I mean, if you race him for history, I think history wouldn't change all that much either.
Oh my God, son.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, fuck Hulk Hogan. There you go. Fuck.
Oh, okay, Red Omega. Wow.
Red Omega. Paths of the Sage. What?
Passing the stage.
Wow.
Just reversed my name. Yeah, you hear that, Peyton Jalen?
Yeah, Peyton Daly. Yes.
You hear that, Kate? Have you heard that? Did you hear that? KP? What?
What? KP. PK.
PKJ. Yeah, PKJ.
Wow.
You hear that? Thriller born natural.
Wow.
Oh my god! All right,
Wow.
eat 10,000 calories. Holy shit. I'll
Okay.
go with steak.
All right.
I'll go with steak. That's 5. I'll go with a blizzard because you can't go wrong with a blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I'll go with the Dave's triple. Why not? There you go.
I'm gonna go.
Well, I know somebody who would take
I'm
those
gonna-
30 beers.
Yep.
But
I'm gonna go with a tub of ice cream. Yeah, I'm going with a tub of ice cream. I'm gonna go with the pizza. I'm gonna go with the blizzard. And I'm gonna go with a Dave triple. Marble must be fries.
Wow, so no steak, huh? I guess you aren't manly. Anyways,
Wow.
Wow, really? I'm not ready. Wow.
that's the real men food.
Yeah, it's something at $2 steak.
All right.
All right.
I will go with the 16-piece fried chicken.
I mean, I
I'll
wouldn't
go-
take that if it wasn't from KFC.
But I'll go with, let's see. Also go to the top of ice cream. And I'll go with a sub sandwich. There you go.
Just one of
PlayStation.
mine?
Yes, it's yours.
Okay, this is one of mine. Okay. All right, so for this one, what's your favorite PlayStation logo from all these logos here?
How many people?
3.
Okay. I'll go with PS2, PS3, 2007, and PS4. So yeah.
I'll go PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and I'll go with the PlayStation 4.
All right.
All right. I'll go with PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 from 2007.
I just, I realize that the PlayStation 3 logo kind of looks like the Spider-Man 3 logo.
Actually,
like font.
I think it is. I think it's probably.
It was supposed to.
Well, then again, it's font. I mean, it is Sony, so it makes sense.
Yep.
Ooh, Xbox. Rum's
All right,
favorite.
so for this one, what's your favorite? Pick your top 3 favorite Xbox logos from over the years. And apparently, this first one right here was the original logo for the change.
I have no idea what it was, to be honest. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. But okay.
Well, apparently it was going to be the original one until they obviously changed it. So.
Probably.
All right, so I'll go with the first one, 2001, 2005. I'll go to Xbox 360 one, 2005, 2010. And I'll go with the current one, 2019 through present.
I'll go with the original Xbox. I'll go with 2005, 2010. Finally, I'll go with the 2013 to present.
Okay.
The color looking Xbox logo one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll go with 2001. I'll go with 2005. And I'll go with the 2012.
Okay.
You can skip the next one, by the way. Read it that way.
Oh shit! Why did it come out
shit.
black?
What?
Okay,
What the
all right,
hell?
we're skipping that. I don't know why that came out black.
I didn't
Oh,
Here we go.
go.
So we got NFL draft logo since that was a while back. So pretty much, what's your top 3 favorite NFL draft logos?
Top 3, okay.
Which by the way, I don't know if you guys knew this, but we had some WWE cameos.
Yeah, I remember I heard about that.
We had Seth Rollins, we had Jimmy Uso. Yep. We had John Cena, unfortunately. Yep.
There ain't no unfortunately. Stop. He's played football.
Yeah, like 30 years ago.
Yeah, obviously. But they probably even fan football. All right. You said 3, right?
Yep.
3.
Okay, so I'll go with 94, 95, and 99.
All right, for me, I'll go 91, 95, and I'll go with 1998.
All right. I'll go with 93, 97, and 99.
All right.
Yeah. Oh boy.
One
One
wrestler.
wrestler.
John Cena.
yes.
There you go. Easy answer.
Charlotte.
John
Charlotte.
Cena.
For me, it's
Fuck
for me. I
that.
don't know. What?
I said fuck. I said yeah. For me, John Cena. Fuck that.
Wow.
I'm surprised not Corey Rose.
He's a close. At this point, he's a close number 2. But no, it's John Cena.
Really? He's close. Jeez. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Who would have ever thought someone actually would surpass the Young Bucks and Jack Perry? It would be Cody Rhodes and John Cena.
Okay, no, there's no way he's surpassing that.
Wow.
Really? You're saying Cody Rhodes is worse than the Young Bucks and Jack Perry? Really? Wow. But
I'm gonna go with Matt Jackson.
You already know how I feel. You already know who it is. Charlotte for me. So.
Yeah, okay, I got one. You have to name a male wrestler, not a female. How about that?
Okay, male wrestler.
Yep, current day male wrestler from any company. Doesn't have to be just WWE, Jalen. It could be from any company in period.
Okay. You said WWE guys, so I guess I'll go Jack Perry after the whole real glass thing. So.
Would it be? Okay, here's a curious question for you guys. Do they annoy you guys too much to the point where you will want to punch him in the face if you ever see him in person?
No.
I don't know about that.
No.
I hope you don't
Matt Jackson makes me want to do it.
I was about to say, I hope you don't punch John Cena in the face.
I was gonna be honest, Robert. I'm surprised you didn't say Pat McAfee or anyone like that.
Oh.
He's not a wrestler. I can't say anything. He's not a wrestler.
Oh.
Well, here's a question. Here's a question for you, Robert. Is he? Do you think he's worse than Matt Jackson? At the moment.
No.
Okay. That's good. Okay.
He takes it seriously. He don't offend me in the ring.
Yeah.
Yet.
He's not killing the business.
That's what Jalen said. He said yet. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait, I said yet? No, I didn't.
Oh wow. Well, oh man. Anyway.
Screw Charlotte.
I mean, I bet you do, bro. I bet you do.
Well,
wait, you said screw Charlotte. I'm like, yeah, I bet you would. Anyway,
is that why Ludwig is in my DMs?
You sure you're not in her DMs, Jalen? Anyway,
I don't follow her. I don't follow her.
Here we go.
Ooh. All right.
I don't know what the point of this one is.
Is this yours, Robert?
No.
I guess it's yours.
Who's the worst champion? John Cena. There you go.
No.
It'll be toss up between John Cena and Hogan. There you go.
No.
You sure Triple H not on that level?
Oh.
He's not. I wouldn't say he's bad. I wouldn't go as far as say he's as bad as Cena or Hogan.
I'm sorry. Even though I like Triple H, when most of his runs, I can't even say that.
Okay, so, exactly. You can't even say he's just as bad as Hogan or Cena. No.
No, I say Hogan.
So we have to pick two.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what we're picking for. Like,
we are. Then yeah, I'll definitely pick Hogan and Cena.
Yeah, if it's two, then yeah, Hogan, Cena, easily, hands down, easily.
I'd rather go Hogan and Hogan. Honestly, I can't even go Hogan. Everyone else is unbelievable.
What's this?
You got John Cena Backlash matches.
All right, so this one, goes to John Cena's Backlash matches. Over the years, he had either good matches or matches that you think wasn't good. So
okay,
you could pick two of your favorite John Cena matches from Backlash, and one that you thought it could have been better.
Okay.
I always make it complicated, Robert. Anyways, wow.
Wait, wow.
I'll go with John Cena as the two best ones. I'll go John Cena versus Edge versus Triple H as one of them.
Okay.
I'll go with John Cena. I guess John Cena and Brock Lesnar. That was a decent match. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was decent.
Yeah, it was decent.
And one I thought could have been better. I guess I'll go with John Cena and Triple H from. I don't even know. I don't even remember what year that was. But,
I don't remember anyways either. What's his name? Oh,
it would have to be.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. It was.
Yeah, 2008. Yeah. For me, for best, for one, I also agree with Triple H. Triple H and Cena, Backlash 2008. For two best ones, I'll also go with the triple threat match. Cena versus Edge versus Triple H. And I'll go to Fatal 4-Way 2007. You know, Cena versus Orton versus HBK versus Edge.
All right, cool.
So yeah.
All right, for
I
me.
think I saw that match in the WWE Vault channel.
Yeah, I didn't have it on YouTube channel. I didn't have it. Which, by the way, they actually uploaded the full like Backlash 2008 preview in the WWE Vault.
Mm-hmm.
They uploaded the whole show.
Speaking of which, there's a CM Punk match that he had on Sunday Heat against Val Venus. That's also on the vote.
Yeah, I think they just uploaded it. So.
Yep, they just uploaded recently.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go with John Cena versus Edge from 2009 Backlash.
Last man standing. All right.
Yep. I'll go with John Cena versus Triple H versus Edge from the 2006 Backlash. And the one match I thought could have been better is him and Brock Lesnar from 2003, which again wasn't a bad match. I thought it was decent, but I thought it could have been so much better.
All right. Hey, we got Jeff Cobb. I didn't know Rhino.
Yes, we got Jeff Cobb of his early days. Not okay, but all right, so guys, it's Rhino over the years, of his evolution. So, what were the four that Rhino looked better in these photos?
I didn't even know he was in Ring of Honor. I never knew that.
Yeah, but I had no idea he was in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Let alone WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he looks like a high school bully, like, you know.
But anyways,
Disney high school bully.
Okay, what'd you say? Four to look better, right?
Yeah, four pictures all around.
I'll go WWF, ECW, TNA, and I guess I'll go with WWE.
Yeah, same as yours. WWE, WF, ECW, TNA.
Same here.
But he looks so weird without the goatee.
Yes.
He really looks like a high school bully, bro. Like high school.
All right, guys. So with this one, pick two belts that you were merged together.
Oh.
Like a unification match?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got an idea.
Okay, you go.
I'll merge the women's mid-card titles, and then you could make it like the women's international title or something like that.
That'd be interesting. Or the global championship. Or the global championship.
And then I don't know actually. I get maybe the women's world titles. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
It'll be interesting if we ever have an undisputed women's champion storyline. I mean, that would be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, closest we got with Becky T, though. So.
Yeah, but technically the counter as WWE champion, never as an undisputed champion.
Yeah. All right. I mean, same as yours. You know, both for the women's belts. I do like the idea of the Intercontinental US belts. Unified and become like the international belt.
I mean, just be glad you never did it in WWE. You know, with the bloodline. You know, the undisputed United States Intercontinental champion or something like that.
Nah, I don't think they'll do that. No, those belts are just procedures.
How do you think about it if you merge the women's mid cartels, you could become the international title or a global
championship.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be history making too. Don't tell me they'll probably give it to a certain someone.
What was that?
I'm just saying, if they were to do that, they'll probably give it to a certain someone. But,
Well, Becky?
No, the other one.
I don't know. I won't go that far.
I'm just saying, I hope they don't. But yeah, Robert.
All right. Um, I actually like the idea of merging the women's and the women's, basically both women's of the United States and the Continental, and making it the women's international championship
Yeah,
Or global
something
champion.
interesting.
or global.
Yeah.
Either way. That way you want to worry about incorporation from AEW.
Oh,
Well, I mean, TNA has their own international championship, though.
I mean, yeah, they do. But and actually also I also want to merge the men's tag team belts because
Oh, really?
their tag teams are very are
Well, I think
you know,
SmackDown's kind of like. I think SmackDown's kind of better.
SmackDown is getting better. But Raw,
Yeah.
very
Raw
much
needs
the
some more
image
life.
of it.
Yeah, Raw needs some more life. He needs more attackers. All right, we got
Uh,
WWE Championship belts.
Now this one's gotta go.
the big W easily.
Big W. Yeah.
Big W.
That's easy.
That was easy.
There you go. And I think that does it.
And that will do it, folks.
That was fun.
Fuck John Cena.
Hey, you didn't say that.
Yeah, I did. Anyways.
John Cena.
I know you didn't.
By the way, John Cena was wearing different sneakers on Backlash. It doesn't look like it's from Kmart or something.
Yeah, I forgot what sneaker he was doing.
Well, we're supposed to know if he's too careless up on his own wrestling fucking boots.
Wow.
But anyway. All right, guys. So there's one thing we need to talk about. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that already happened, but we'll save them one at a time.
Okay.
That's Dark Side of the Ring. Now this one we're going to talk about is about Vader.
Oh, the episode came out. Really?
Yeah, because it was weeks ago that this raid came out, but we didn't really have a chance to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it. So.
I mean, there isn't much very much of it other than where he started from.
Yeah.
When it came to playing football, but then he had to leave football because of an injury he had, which led him to wrestling. And he was and then he right off the bat already with meeting guys like Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody, and basically learned the way how the strong style stiff and wrestlers. Bruiser Brody and Stan Hansen were notorious of it. So
I mean, Vader was a stiff guy.
that's right. That's right.
He was a tough guy too. I still remember a clip of him. Like, I think I forgot who was wrestling, but I remember he got hit so hard, his eye popped out.
Stan Hansen. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Stan Hansen.
Stan Hansen?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I remember he hit him so hard, his eye popped out. It was like, oh my god! And he just popped it back in like it's nothing.
Yep, and which they talked about too, by the way, on this episode, which I figured they would.
I figured they would, because that was a gnarly moment, man. Did they also talk about the Mick Foley, their feud, and Captain Jack and the whole thing with his ear, with Mick Foley's ear? Did they talk about that?
Well, they didn't talk about that. Not at all. I thought they would too, but they I guess they're across their minds.
Yes. Because I remember that, because I remember their rivalry in WCW, and obviously that moment, Yeah, that was crazy, man.
It was, and then they talk about him going into New Japan, where the name originally, when it comes to the Big Fan Vader, originally wasn't meant for Vader at first.
Who's it for?
Basically, there were names I think the original one it was gonna be Ultimate Warrior because they wanted guys was who look like Ultimate Warrior, those type of physique, to be like that type of character in New Japan, to wear the to wear that helmet mask, with the mask on,
Yeah.
and also her name's like Sid, Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid.
Mm.
Yeah, but the name that came across, why her at first it depends what also was going also Warrior, but then Warrior would wait out an offer to go to WWE.
Yep.
So they decided to go with Vader.
Which is best.
And be honest, and be honest with you, it was for the best. Because
And
it fit them. It fit them perfectly.
It's time. It's time. It's Ultimate Warrior time.
Oh man. But yeah, Vader really made a name for himself in the Japan,
Oh yeah, man.
So yeah, that it worked out for the best one.
And it's crazy, man. Like for a big guy, he was really athletic, man.
Yeah,
he was athletic. Man. Like he
never
was able to
the guy.
system.
Yeah, they expect someone that can do a moonsault off the top rope.
Yeah, guys like him and Bam Bigelow, like two big dudes you didn't expect to be athletic, but they were.
But they were. Indeed, they were.
Yeah.
Then he got his run in WCW.
Yep, he went to WCW.
He was
world champion, right?
He was world champion. Even being managed by Harley Race. When it comes to managers, managing wrestlers, they look at they have a great connection, like Bobby Heenan with Nick Bockwinkel, Gary Hart with very put in there, like maybe a Great Muda or a Bruce Brody, whatever. And then you talk about Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Then you take a look at Harley Race and Vader. That actually works out pretty well there. It looked like if Vader could be managed like someone like a Harley Race who obviously wasn't wrestling anymore at and during that time.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a right fit there for him too. With managing someone like a Vader. And also, you can also get Paul Heyman, Paul Bearer and the Undertaker. You could, it's just well together. Of managers, managing wrestlers, and not Bruce Pritchard as Bro Love.
Come on, I love you.
Vante,
I was a great manager.
Vante, you would thought he would imagine someone like a because of well, actually I think about I really don't think of him being a manager anyways, Bro Love, because his thing was just to be a talk a host.
Yeah, he was a talk show.
Yeah, that's all he was.
Yeah.
But anyways, but either way, but Vader, yeah, he was a dominant world champion. When he was pulling guys over like Sting, Ron Simmons.
Didn't Ron Simmons beat Vader for the title?
That's right, he beat him for the title.
Yeah,
the first African American to become WWE World Champion.
Yep. Which was a huge moment. Not just WCW, but in wrestling history.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, talk about his program with Ric Flair. I think he also Ric Flair too as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, because Vader was still around. He was still around WCW when Hogan came to WCW, right?
Yep. I remember those days. I remember those days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you are old, so.
No, son, his power bomb.
Well, I mean, come on, it's Hulk Hogan. He's soaking up, brother.
Yeah. And then there was an issue where, I think they talk about this on here, that Hogan and Vader, they're trying to come up with a finish here.
Okay.
And I can't remember what it was. I think it was Starrcade. I can't remember if it was that event, whatever. But basically they couldn't come up of what yo who should go over.
Wow.
So yeah, it was that it was that bad. So what did they do? They came up with something stupid.
Uh-oh.
Ric Flair was involved with of being in the finish. Basically, what they explain on here is that Flair is the one who took the loss in the match that he was not even in to begin with.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was confused about that. Like, wait, what? So
I don't get it.
so neither guy didn't want to take they want because they couldn't find basically they couldn't find a way to protect one another of losing. And I'm sorry, just during a period where Eric Bishop, who's except at the time, whatever, who's in charge of WWE, who will for a reason constantly will bear Ric Flair.
Do you always bury Ric Flair?
Yeah, because if you remember during those times, Ric Flair has lost a lot of matches, a lot
In WCW? Really?
in WCW.
I did not know that. I never noticed how much he lost in WCW.
It was ridiculous. It was like they tried pushing down the card.
Wow. I did not know that.
All because of Hogan coming in.
Ah, well, that makes sense.
But yeah,
I don't
and then
believe money.
yeah.
I think it's great, brother.
Oh, okay. Well, and then I remember Rivera ends up being babyface.
In WCW?
Yeah, I remember that very very clearly. He because it was they're also doing at that time also they're also doing the Dungeon of Doom faction. Just to defeat
Oh
the Hulk,
yeah, I remember.
defeat the Hulk
Yeah,
Hogan.
I remember the whole thing. The Dungeon of Doom, like it's such a goofy, like
Yeah,
yeah.
and I think Rivera was part of it at one point until he turned on them just to save Hogan.
Wow. I think it's
But
great.
yeah, but then all of a sudden, Vera was no longer there anymore. Because there was an incident that happened. I'm pretty sure you
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure you know the story. But if you don't, I'll give you a clip note. Paul Orndorff, who also was no longer wrestling that much anymore either in WCW, who's a backstage executive or an executive an agent meant to say, and basically he was telling Vader to come do some type of photo shoot he's supposed to do whatever or interview whatever, and Vader I think he was was late or whatever, so or didn't listen or whatever. Then Paul Orndorff was upset, obviously. Basically telling him, get your fat ass up or whatever, so telling him that. And Vader obviously didn't
Jeez.
take it lightly. Yeah, obviously Vader didn't take it lightly. So they started fighting. Which Paul Orndorff got the better of that fight. Broke out in flip flops. So basically Vader got
Wow.
his ass kicked.
Dang.
And that led to Vader being fired.
Oh, so that's why it wasn't WCW anymore.
That's right. So and Mick Foley on the episode talks about how Vader was not the same after that because he was always he had a reputation, which he's right. He did have a reputation, but then
Yeah.
also loses to an old man who basically who's not wrestling anymore, and
That's not a good. Yeah.
yeah. Now it doesn't mean that Paul Orndorff is it's it's a guy that you should be messing with. No, that's a guy you didn't want to mess with at that time. It doesn't matter if he is no longer wrestling. He's also
Yeah.
he's one of those these old school guys, who's one of those tough guys that you didn't want to mess with.
Mm-hmm.
And Vader found out the hard way, unfortunately. So Vader went,
That's great.
and that's when Vader made the jump. Yep, it was. That's when Vader finally made that jump to the World Wrestling Federation. Now, unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
it was in the Royal Rumble, which it was 1996, but same time he had that shoulder injury he had to take care of, which he did. After he had to do a spot where he had to write him off by attacking WWF president Gorilla Monsoon, which led to a suspension for
Oh
a
yeah,
cover to yeah.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, when he did like the Vader salt to him,
Mm-hmm.
Vader bomb. Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, that was the reason to write him off of the So he got the surgery done, and Ray was Ray back in the ring. Yeah, which we all remember watching the watch along of WrestleMania 12.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which obviously he when we saw the match, he didn't really do much, but where surgery was, I'm pretty sure it was just wasn't that bad of an injury that but he still needed that surgery either way.
Right.
But and then we get to SummerSlam, the infamous main event with Shawn Michaels. And Jim
Yep.
Cornette obviously he was on the show talking about this because he was part of that match because he was the manager for Vader.
Yep.
And the match wasn't obviously the match wasn't bad. It was actually a good book match, but it's that one spot that that people are talking about.
Yeah.
The part where Vader was supposed to move out of the way because Michael's going for his patting his up drop from the top, and then once Michael realized he wasn't moving, he landed on his feet, stomped on his face, and you could hear him saying, "Move, move."
Yeah, I remember that.
You want to talk about John Cena corner spots? Well, Shawn Michaels, did it before John Cena.
Yeah, I think he was being it to be. I think he's just being it to be, an a-hole.
Now at that time, yeah, Shawn Michaels was being an asshole.
Yeah.
And obviously, Jim Cornette lost his mind on the show because he still felt that way over this year.
No, man. I mean, can't hold a grudge forever, but I mean, I can understand why he was upset about that because, like, dang, bro. I mean, I get it. He botched a move, but like, he botched something, but you have to do him like that.
And obviously, his reason why Vader was upset and crying about this. But yeah, he was legit crying for this because Michaels was trying his job, because he was being too stiff with him, and you're wearing your ring attires that you don't even wash, which is true as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a problem. It was a really problem with him, and during that time where some people didn't want to work with him because he not only he was being too stiff, but also he's got bad odor.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand why, some guys don't want to wrestle. And plus, like, WWE, they have a certain style, it's not like New Japan or like how WCW was,
Yeah.
It's different, they want to make sure the wrestlers are, good and healthy,
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to be, injured all the time. So I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And wasn't that during the time when Vader, like, he cut that promo saying he's like a fat piece of crap?
That's not later, which we'll get to that part.
Okay.
Because it was during this time where they were thinking about putting the belt on him, the world belt. But Michael's obviously was throwing his fit, obviously being a diva.
Yeah.
And the idea was for him to be a champion at Survivor Series, but Michaels, threw his weight around and said he doesn't want to work with him, and that's why it's vicious, or I mean, Psycho Sid, I should say, and so in that spot instead.
Which honestly, I'm not mad at Psycho getting that spot because
he was over. Sid was over.
He was over. Sid rules the world.
Now he was old. Now he was over. He was cool and all that. And on top of that, people didn't like Michael's character.
Yeah. Yeah, he was one of like the first heels to really get like cheered.
Yep.
And I remember Sid will fist bump the fans. So who's the man? Who's the man?
Who's the man?
Yeah, yeah. It was really unique because you didn't really see heels do that. You know,
Nope.
it's something
Now, obviously,
unique. It was something unique. Said,
that's what they try to do. They'll try to portray him as a heel, but they didn't work. Fans gravitate on him. They like it. They like this guy. They like the cycle Sid.
yeah. Who's the man? Who's the man? Becky Lynch. What?
So then we get to you know before we get to that part you mentioned, we get to the part where they had they went to Kuwait. Undertaker was there, Vader was there to be interviewed on the some morning show they did about and the question was asked about is wrestling fake, whatever, something like that, whatever. Undertaker gives him a professional type of answer, and then Vader, who was told by this person, who was probably this person didn't get to tell that on the host of the show about what's going to happen, which I blame that person for doing that. But Vader, basically, he was being Vader, scaring the dude, grabbing him by his tie, flipping his table over. Undertaker was just sitting there. All he had to do is all Undertaker just had to do is just sell it like he always does as his character. I'm pretty sure in his mind he's like Leon, what are you doing? But yeah, and because of that, the morning interviewer basically press charges. So Vader had to be left there in Kuwait because of that. Now people are all saying he was thrown to jail, like basically trying to go exaggerate all these stories and all that. That was not true. 'Cause I thought because of that he went to jail because of that. Like it's like he beat him up or anything. It'd be one thing if he beat him up, but that's not what happened at all. It was just him, scaring him, grabbing him by the tie and all that. Yeah, you could also consider it as assault too, but but it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, I'll just throw him in Kuwait jail. But
Everything's great.
he was on house arrest, in Kuwait. So Vader said it wasn't that bad, without thing happened. Like it wasn't as serious, but at the same time, that was during that time, by the way, because he was facing Undertaker, who was champion at the time. And Vader was a heel. And then later on he ended up being babyface. Vader was, and also on that same you know that same time, they was planning to put on the Intercontinental belt on Vader. I don't know if that is true or not. If that was the idea that was going to do until that happened. Also, plans change.
Mm-hmm.
And then after Vader turned babyface and all that, and then that's when he was told by Vince McMahon to say this, that I'm a fat piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that was basically one of the end of his final runs in the company. Then he started doing other things, outside of WWF, and then there were tons of people he wasn't wrestling. And I think they may mention about him and Will Ospreay, which I think that ended up being one of his last matches he had. Then we get to where he had the news from doctors that back in, what was it, 26, I think it was, where he got the news that he got 2 more years to live, whatever, something like that. I believe that's what it was. Let me double check though, because it happened. Sure, I think it happened like around the time when Stan Hansen was in the W Hall of Fame, like later on of that year, I should say. Let me double check. All right, let me see. 2016. Yes, it was around that time. When Stan Hansen was in the Hall of Fame, and then later on we heard about Vader condition, because obviously he wasn't back health, getting overweight and all, everything catching up to him, of his past injuries, whatever, the bumps that he's taken over the year as well, just being in bad health, and also talked about his ex-wife at the time, that Leon White, was more a Vader than he was as Leon White. He was really like it's that type of ego he had, which it does cause Vader to not be around with his family that much, and all that. So yeah, so after getting that news that Vader was not going to be around that long, Vader didn't really believe at first, but then it started coming to fruition once he was in the hospital and all on these machines. He's still active and all, but and he has some fine moments with his son, and then with his ex-wife, and then basically if this gets if his condition gets worse, then just pull the plug, because it's just he doesn't want to go do this anymore, and that's what unfortunately happened with Vader. So yeah, and then they do end up with happy ending with again with Vader, at least to be in the Hall of Fame, even though it should have been when he was still active, and
Yeah,
then we had opportunity. Yeah, and then we had the opportunity to do it, and they didn't do it.
Yeah, I still don't know why they didn't do that.
That is no excuse, especially when you have Mick Foley out there, even talking about it on Twitter, that we always love to talk about. Oh yeah, we're training worldwide and all that, blah blah blah, and all that. Don't even bother to to listen to even a Hall of Famer, a legend, who helped also build the company too.
Yeah, it's such a shame that he didn't get to live to at least be in Hall of Fame.
Cause remember, his last person Hall of Fame, when he inducted Stan Hansen, he was having a great time on the stage. He had the eyeball, glasses, whatever, and then one eyeball came out because referencing what Stan Hansen to him.
Yeah,
he was having a good time up there. Like, imagine how he would have been having a good time on giving a speech, if he had the opportunity, but never did.
Yeah,
that's something I cannot forgive your regime at that time. And probably they'll never get any forgiveness from me. Those old regimes. But anyways, but that was rough. That was rough. But there's also a lot of things that was on there. But that's basically most likely some things that was mentioned. I mean, again, not the whole thing of Big Fan Hater, where where originally it was going to be a warrior or Sid. That was not mentioned at all. But I just thought to mention that that because that whole thing would never happen if there was never was included as their one of the other options. That's why the Big Fan Vader name came about for Vader.
right.
And there you go. Now what I'm gonna do here, I'll bring up some matches. That's gonna be happening for NXT. About that, I saw one clip of NXT where Jordan Grace and Sammy Care was I think they were a tag team, which I'm pretty sure they were, because I saw for the Influence Wrestling, which every time I see them wrestle, I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna end well with them.
No.
And I think they're still teasing of them not liking, they're breaking up, whatever, their influence, or like whatever. It was a feel fact. It was a feel anyways. Because it didn't matter if they win a match, they still lose. Oh man. But anyways, but so far this is a match so far for NXT Battleground. Which probably they're not like calling it NXT Battleground anymore. I guess they want to I guess they want to do away NXT and just call it WWE because I guess NXT is counted as the third brand now. Yeah, sure. After all these years, not all everyone consider it their brand. And I get it, the old regime didn't consider that because the old regime were fucking idiots because they were being they were being snuffed out by what NXT was also about during the Black and Gold era. But I find it funny now also in this NXT they're doing right now. NXT Degrassi is the third brand of this company, and also we're supposed to care about that now. The talents are great, by the way. The talents are great from the men's and women's they got there. Great talents for some of them.
Wow.
But the show, how they structured the show,
But
just the way they format the show, like the segments they do. Oh,
by the way, Joe Hendry and Triple Williams had a contract signing.
Oh, did they? All right. So it's official. Appears on the show. Just make it official.
Well, I mean, it was a cinematic one. It wasn't like in the ring. It was like backstage, a little more cinematic.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously it's for the TNA, World Championship, which obviously they mentioned some names that was champion, AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, LA Knight, and Bubba Ray Dudley.
I know. Yeah, Drake was, but who's LA Knight?
Yeah, I was thinking that. Like, I was like, man, I mean, that was TNA World Champion. Bubba Ray Dudley was TNA champion. Dang. Obviously, because names.
But yeah. That's good though. That's good. They mentioned those names. Yeah.
I mean, I could see them do like a promo package, like showing like WWE wrestlers that went to TNA becoming TNA World Champions.
That's probably why. They're parts with them. They're not allowed to do that now. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's history making. We're gonna have a TNA World Heavyweight Championship match in WWE. I mean, who would have thought?
Whoever thought? You say his name and he appeared.
Yep, all because of Joe Hendry, I believe.
Wait, but that's one of the matches that's happened for WWE Battleground NXT. Will for the first time have a TNA World Championship title being defended by Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams, which Trick Williams being a heel now. But this time as a singles run as a heel.
Yeah, because he's desperate for gold.
Yeah. Also, we have, I guess this was announced on the show as well. I don't know if it was not, but Tony D'Angelo versus Shannon Stacks Lorenzo.
Yeah, it was announced. I mean, we kind of figured it was me for Battleground. So
anywhere about Luca?
Yeah, we haven't heard anything from Luca yet. I remember
still.
Well, not that I know of, because I didn't see the full show. I do know that Stacks caused Tony D'Angelo a match because he said like he found Rizzo's like safe house, and so you're gonna pay her a visit. Which like Tony D'Angelo went there to like make sure she was safe, and then Stacks attacked him for mine. Basically like with Johnny Gargano, Grayson Waller, kind of like that's kind of similar to what happened. So yeah.
Yeah, Luther crucified that way. But yeah, all right. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of story dribbling, a lot of story dribbling with the D'Angelo family, which is fine. I enjoy of what last I saw there, what they did with that whole thing. Yeah, and funny thing, that was the last thing I saw about Luca Crucifino was that he was in the middle of nowhere with Stacks, and he realized, he's like, oh no, he's getting whacked. Oh man, that's the last thing I saw when it comes to when they did that story. Because I stopped after that. Because obviously I wasn't going to be come back to watching the shows regularly. Week but especially the format of that show. Yeah, I was definitely I was waiting for the show to be over at that time. Um, but you also have Stephanie Care defending her NXT Women's Championship against Jordan Grace. Again, I mentioned already. Jordan Grace got the win for the team against Fair Influence, who barely wins anything anyways. And they're going to and they're going to end the faction anyways too, by the way. So much for that. A 1 year experiment with fatal influence, and already they're thinking about failing, you know, ending this whole faction. You can't make this shit up.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, and he had only one belt in that entire whole thing, and that was the Women's North American Championship. Even with that, with the belt in there, they were stupid like losers. But anyways, but again, Jordan Grace and Savannah Vakir having a one-on-one match at Battleground. I think by any chance, somebody if they do it, I think this a chance where Jordan Grace gets the belt, especially on they've been trying to move up Stephanie McCare up to main roster after her first two matches on main roster. So if that happens, it'll be something. But I think I don't think this should be the case right now because I think there's still more for her to be doing on NXT before you get her call up like around SummerSlam. But we'll see what happens when we cross that bridge between Stephanie McCare and Jordan Grace. 'Cause I know that they're looking forward to do something with Jordan Grace right now. So will this be the case? By Jordan Grace winning the belt here, we shall see. If we get some Rick here on the main roster, great. I think it's great that she's getting that early promotion. Because I think she's definitely someone who could get over on the main roster. It's been shown too. After her first match on the main roster, which focusing more on Raw, obviously. Yeah, I could see her definitely be a Raw superstar when she makes when she gets her opportunity to get that call up. And the other match, so far it's 4 matches, and this is the fourth one so far. Obafemi for his NXT Championship against Miles Bourne, who he has forces in his head.
Yep.
And again,
especially when he's gone now. Yeah.
Yes. Then again, he could barely hear any voices in his head, since he's one of the wrestlers that's deaf.
Yeah, he's partially deaf. Yeah, I didn't even know that until like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I think he tweeted that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's all because he won the Battle Royal, which probably I haven't got a chance to see it yet. I remember you shared it on the messenger. I just haven't got a chance to see it yet because again I was doing other things. And
Emery won a Battle Royal, which by the way, I think Timothy Thatcher was actually.
It's just more Western beef.
What?
Western beef.
Oh, how you good for that?
Oh, but yeah, Miles Bourne, he got a big reaction. But then again, it's these NXT PC fickle crowd. Of course, they're gonna cheer for that. It doesn't really mean anything.
They're being offensive, Robert. Wow.
Oh man. By the way, when I do get a chance to watch it, I guarantee you, as soon as I see it, start watching it, the moment I start hearing Dick Joseph's voice annoy me, like, oh god, I can't stand this guy. Can't stand him.
I hate you. I wish Gunther would have sent you. Wow.
Oh god, that would be a dream.
Oh, stop, Robert.
Oh man. But if anything, I would have Corey Graves, attack Joker. I don't know for a reason, but just for Booker T.
Wow.
I ever heard Booker T do it. I know Booker T has been annoyed with him. I've been annoyed with him every time he's on. He's a smart mouth to him.
Oh, come on, man. What's wrong with that? He's defending himself. You're just a hater, Robert. You're just jealous.
Oh man, yeah. Just because I would love to go on counter and just go boom, bam, oh my god. The way he does it, like in a nerdy way he does it.
Yeah, Robert tried to beat him. I was like, yeah, Robert tried to beat up Big Joe's like, boom, bam, fun. Like, stop it.
Oh man. But yeah, there you go. Those are your 4 matches so far. Now I don't know if they're going to add another one. I think they will. Because usually the format of these PLE matches for WWE is 5 matches. For NXT, unless it's like a big event for stand and deliver, they'll probably do like either 6. That's actually that's what they did. But now I don't know what the other match will be of it, but again I'll watch the shows to know. But I see that the women's North American title is not being defended on the show, so I don't know if that's gonna be included as well. But and again, you also have the men's North American title as well. That's also not being defended. Unless they want to defend the Heritage Cup, and waste everyone's time. Anyways, so yeah, here are our matches that's gonna be happening as well for other events. TNA is gonna do Under Siege after their Rebellion pay-per-view, which I thought their show itself was a success. And the match so far is going to be Joe Hendry and Elijah versus Trick Williams and Frankie Kazarian, who's no longer has the cup to call a shot anymore because he wasted it. Even though he didn't lose the match, but he still lost. That's the opportunity. So I'm guessing, in this match, for the Siege, Frankie Kazarian's going to find his way to try to pin Joe Hendry to get a shot at the title later on down the line. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they really had no plans for Frankie Kazarian to be champion and just have just carry the trophy for prop and only to for his scarf to wear. I don't know. I thought it would be stupid. That's why they did that. That means you was a good person to actually win the court shop. Then where they could cash in and won it. Again, when it comes to the titles of their choosing, that's basically what that whole thing was all about. It was about choosing a title of you want to go after. And for concern, obviously, his main focus was the world title. It's the one title that he's never won, and now that's over until we get to Bound for Glory. But anyways, that's that match. Basically, it's like a tag team attraction match they're doing there. Then got Marcel Semovich defending her TNA Knockouts world title against Victoria Crawford, the former Alicia Fox. And what's her name? It's Vix. Okay, Vix Crow. I don't know why she's not going by that name. It's the name that she said to me use in the Indies. Instead she's using her real name on TNA. I'm not gonna lie to you folks. I really don't care about this match at all because Victoria, of what I saw of her back in the ring, Victoria Crawford, she did not look good at all. she looked like shit in the ring. She looked more than shit in the ring. She looked like a crack whore in the ring. And ever since arriving to TNA, you know who's been doing most of the talking for her? Robert Stone, who's a very good talker, by the way, the former Robbie E. And for a reason, Robert Stone is now being, something about being a consultant, whatever, for that on network television. When it comes to Access TV, because that's what TNA does the shows on the cable network. But again, a guy coming from from NXT who's is on doing this whole thing where he's telling Santa Morella he's not doing a great job. Okay. But yeah, Victoria Crawford, she hasn't really done much of a talking on the show. But I really don't expect that at all, and I really don't care to see her at all. Period. Yeah, I've been done with her, since her the last time we did see her in WWE when she was with Fox. She is not, where she turned out to be after leaving WWE. Doing a referee job as a referee, and she's even terrible with that too as well. There's nothing really special about her anymore. No star power at all from the former Alicia Fox. How Norman Dar would say, Alicia Fox. So yeah, and on top of that, she was given a title shot, and she didn't have a match yet. And then all of a sudden she got a match, and she won, and it was a shitty match that she had. Ridiculous. Anyways, Eddie Edwards versus Cody Deaner. If Cody Deaner lose, then he will not get a new TNA contract. That means he will be terminated from TNA Wrestling. I don't know if he's done with TNA and he wants to leave now, which is why this match has been made. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Eddie Edwards versus Cody Deaner at Under Siege. And the Nemeth brothers, Nick and Ryan, versus Matt Hardy and a partner to be announced, because this, in case anyone doesn't know, they're going to be in Canada for this Under Siege pay-per-view. And Jeff Hardy is not allowed to leave the country. He's got to stay in the U.S. because of his many arrests that he's had. So Matt Hardy's got to find a partner to. In fact, I'm trying to remember. I could swear it was going to be a partner of Matt Hardy's choosing. And then Robert Stone said, it's going to be a partner of his choosing, whatever. And it's going to be someone from NXT. I can't remember it was for this one or it was for something else. I can't remember because there was some else too that was made what comes to whatever, and it was overruled, or I don't know. The whole thing's a mess of what they're doing. But either way. But there you go. Those are the matches. So far, 4 matches for Under Siege. They're going to add a couple more. And it probably will be a pre-show match as well. Or I don't think they don't call it the pre-show. They call it the countdown. So you got WWE that calls it the kickoff show. Unless it is called a pre-show. And then they'll have their press conference called the kickoff show, where it's not that. You have AW that used to be called at first, it was called the Buy-In, but then since they started owning the rights of Ring of Honor, now they're calling it 0 Hour. For not only for AW but for their Ring of Honor shows as well. The Ring of Honor has always known to be the 0 Hour show. And I got TNA calling their shows the Countdown Show when it comes to going into the pay-per-views. So that being said, that's basically it for those matches. So that's for those matches as well, I should say. Let's see. Unless there's something else that's going on. I guess that's it, folks. Now I didn't get to watch Raw last night. I would have watched Raw last night. The only thing I know about what happened on Raw last night was that CM Punk was doing the whole finger pointing up for Sabu. The whole signature move that Sabu does all the time when he points his finger up. Now originally, he did that way before his uncle passed away, but that basically has been Sabu's signature move that he always does when it comes to do what he does. That Sabu always used to do. And then when it came to his father, his uncle, when his uncle passed, there was a good reason. Now there was a reason of him to keep pointing up there because of his uncle passing away, which was back in 2003, by the way, that the Sheik passed away. And that's episode of Dark Side of the Ring. I don't know if it was already happened or it's going to be next week. And let me go right now. Dark Side of the Ring. All right. Which, by the way, Dark Side of the Ring, you can watch Dark Side of the Ring on Tubi. They got the season, from when they first started, from season 1 to maybe season 4. Because I doubt season 5 will be up there. If it is, great, because season 6 is not gonna be up there, obviously, because season 6 just started. So, and they're not really saying anything about season 6 being uploaded onto Tubi. So, may not till later on, but anyways, let me check out season 6 right now when it comes to the original Sheik. Oh, okay, it is this week. Okay, so it's this week. So that's the show, where you'll just see more Sabu talking about his uncle there. So now I wonder if the network, when it comes to being on Vice, right, Vice TV. I wonder if they have enough time to put the in Loving Memories or in memories, whatever, to Sabu who unfortunately passed away during that week. Obviously is that week is this week, obviously, but hopefully they got plenty of time to do that. I'm pretty sure they will, but either way, still sad news to hear that Sabu is gone. Knowing that Sabu was going to be on the show, talk about his uncle, and now he's no longer with us. But at least we'll see him on the show talking about his uncle. When we get a chance, obviously when we get a chance to watch that show, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk about the show as well. Because we had a lot of shows to talk about what comes Dark Side of the Ring. For example, we already talk about Mankind versus Undertaker from Hell in a Cell. We talk about Ludwig Borga. We just talked about Big Fan Hater. We still need to talk about Tony Atlas, Superstar Billy Graham, Eddie Gilbert, Billy Jack Haynes. Oh, we got a lot to talk about that one, by the way. Billy Jack Haynes. Yeah, we'll get to that. And then we'll get to Original Sheik. And next week will be Daphne. That's gonna be a very touchy, emotional thing to talk about, folks. Unfortunately. And then it's in the best for last, Mama Hassan. So yeah, that'll be all. That'll be all on Dark Side of the Ring for season 6. So yeah, there you go, folks. I'm gonna end it from here. So thank you all for watching. Shout out to Wrestling Rants, Steel Storm, Jordan Williams. No Tokyo tonight. That's surprising there. There's no Tokyo tonight. But either way, shout out to Tokyo as well And shout out to Remington, who's also the other moderator of the stream. Usually he, I mean, rarely he shows up on on here as well, but um, I'm gonna start doing a lot more shout outs when it comes to moderators. And Tokyo is a well known moderator on here. And shout out to anyone else that was watching the stream but then commented, then chat along. Maybe next time you'll feel free to chat along, but make sure you keep it positive. And there you go. So folks, as far as next episode being the asylum, we'll see. But as far as what we're going to do next, when it comes to the watch along, I'm planning on and the panel know that we're gonna be doing to finish off the WrestleMania watch. So we'll do it later on tonight for WrestleMania 24. So as far as if we're gonna do it like you know what, I'm thinking about doing it after Dynamite. So um, we shall see. But I will send out the link early during the show because I want to see how what the show's gonna bring when it comes to the Gong Show for AW Dynamite, because this coming Sunday, I believe it's on Sunday. I could be wrong, but I think it's on a Sunday. When it comes to Double or Nothing, which in a way I think in a way Double or Nothing feels like it's a lackluster build too. To be honest with you, they're only focusing more on the finals of the Own Heart Cup tournaments for both respective sides of it. When it comes to Michelle Monet versus Jimmy Hayter, and when it comes to the Hangman Anna Page versus Will Ospreay, they were focusing more build up on that one than and then anything else that was some matches that hasn't really been made yet or been set up on there yet. In fact, speaking of which, let me see what the matches is so far of that before we head out here. I think it's fair to check on that one too when it comes to AEW. So let me see Double or Nothing here. All right, 2025. Because Moxie, he's not defending the title at all. Because he's defending the title. Which by the way, isn't this week they're doing Beach Break? Did I think that's what they're doing. TNA Beach Break. Well, let me see right now. AEW Beach Break. Yeah, it is. It actually is. Yeah, so it's this week. They're doing Beach Break. And that's where John Moxley's going to defend his AEW World title against Samoa Joe in the steel cage. And the other matches I have on the show as well. I don't know for what reason why they're doing this, but Ricochet versus Zach Gowen. Zach Gowen hasn't been relevant in wrestling for since, well, for some people maybe some people will think maybe TNA, but for me he has been relevant since his run in WWE, and that was in 2003. Holy shit! So yeah, Zach Gowen, and by the way, I heard what happened with Zach Gowen. By the way, Ricochet attacked Zach Gowen at Collision, which no one watched. Unbelievable. And oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? They're doing another fatal four-way eliminator match with the same with one of the same women that were in the match. Timeless Tony Storm, who's the AEW Women's World Champion, in this four-way eliminator match. Another women's four-way eliminator match. But they got the return of Sky Blue. Like, what the fuck, did you wait all this time to finally bring her back? You told me all this time that she's been clear for months, and all of a sudden you bring her back. What the fuck? Yeah, so she's coming back at Dynamite Beach Break, and she's not even going to win. this has been a problem with AEW right now. Well, when someone like Sky Blue who was getting over, when she was there, and we were gravitating her. We wanted to see her do a lot better than just being featured on TV. We want to see her win matches, and she's won a couple of them here and there, but most likely she'll lose most of them. And here we are. She's going to make a return to AEW on Dynamite later on tonight, and she's not even going to win. But we also have the new New Japan Strong Women's Champion who beat. Not only did she beat Mercedes Monet, but I saw someone else in the match too as well. But Mercedes Monet basically she lost her belt to Asylum. And yeah, I've seen her wrestle before, by the way, a couple times. She's pretty good. But she's not now. She's your new Strong Women's Champion for New Japan Strong. And then we got Mina Shirakawa, who, by the way, who signed with AEW a while back. But obviously she was, but I think she signed, while she was on injury. I don't know, I can't remember or not. But the point is, she's a new signee to AEW. Mina Shirakawa, who's always been on AEW numerous of times with Mariah May as well. And by the way, the irony of this, Mina Shirakawa signs with the company, and yet we're gonna have Mariah May, who's gonna be ending up leaving the company. I think what AEW is doing here. AEW is part of doing this whole thing where signing Mina Shirakawa for the hopes that Mariah May will resign. That might work, but I highly doubt that. If it works, good on them, But I think Mariah May is gonna make up her mind already. But we won't know yet until her contract comes to due. Somewhere later in the summer. Again, I think it's like around June. Yes, where we'll find out more of the status of what she'll be, whatever. But yeah, but it's time to turn storm. Sky Blue, Azim, I think that's how you say it, and Mina Shirakawa. Gee, I wonder who's gonna win that match. And this eliminator match where Time to Turn Storm is 12-0. By the way, that's what they're doing. By the way, they're building up this whole thing where Time to Turn Storm in eliminator matches, she's undefeated in those matches. I don't know who kept other than AEW, I should say. I don't know who else kept up with it. What any fans or any casual fans that kept up with it. Who cares? Who gives a shit? But apparently AEW does, and not because AEW brought that to everyone's attention. Now also AEW fans are going to pretend that like they care. Sickening. Maybe I'm being too harsh for that. But those type of fans will do that. So, but again, it's just another 4-way eliminator match with the women's. We saw this last week already. Why we doing another one this week? And then the second match, which we already knew this was going to happen this last week as well. The whole thing where Hangman Adam Page is discussing with Ospreay because you through all your finals for the Omaha Cup tournament versus the Downtown Family, which is going to be Konosuke Tateska and Josh Alexander. Where the whole thing where it comes to the Hangman and Will Ospreay, can they coexist? And by the way, when it came to the Omaha Cup tournament, why after having your two, when it comes to not just for the men but for the women's as well, why when it comes to finally getting to the finals, we're putting it on hold to get to the pay-per-view. I never heard of that before when it comes to having a tournament. Usually, the AEW doesn't do that shit. Not that can remember of. But when it comes to these type of tournaments, over the All Heart tournament, you know, they they've been in the finals so far for 2 weeks, or for Osprey maybe for 3 weeks, and we had to wait until we get to Double or Nothing for the finals. Same thing with the women's. This happened about because of the women's. This happened about months, about a month ago. At this point, I believe so. I could be wrong, but don't quote me on that. And we're waiting for a month later for Jamie Hayter and Mercedes Monet to face each other, and in the finals of this tournament. I'll go look it up though. But either way, that that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look it up. And also, when it comes to AW Collision or another beach break show to do, which is gonna be aired on May 17th. So it's gonna be taped on after they're done with Dynamite. But the All Heart tournament here, because basically when it comes to Double or Nothing, may find the pay-per-view now, Double or Nothing. So I got easy go to the All Heart tournament of this year. Double or Nothing. All right, wasn't there a movie that's called Double or Nothing as well? I'm pretty sure there was, but I digress. All right, let's get to the tournament here. Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight was back in Dynasty of April 6, 2025, followed by a tournament continuing on Collision on April 12, 2025 between Brody King and Konosuke Kateska. Then we had Spring Breakthrough, which is Dynamite, on April 16th, 2025, which I believe it was a Hangman Adam Page versus Charles Alexander. And also, the other tournament happened on Collision. I think it was also on April 12th, 2025 on Collision as well. I believe it was. They're not really telling me when it happened. I just got to remember if it happened on there or not. But either way, then the semifinals. Dynamite Spring Breakthrough. It was Will Ospreay defeating Konosuke Tateska. And then on Dynamite on April, Will Ospreay and Konosuke Tateska was on April 16th, 2025. And the one with Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman Page was Dynamite on April 30th, 2025. So Will Ospreay had to wait about 3 to 4 weeks till we get to May 25th in the finals at Double Nothing when it comes to the All Heart Cup tournament. Now let's look at the women's here. And Hangman and because Hangman, about 3 weeks you have to wait in the wait. So 2 or 3 weeks. Now for the women's, from Dynamite, April 6, 2025, Jamie Hayter. No, actually, that was on Collision. I remember that was on Collision. Jamie Hayter versus Billy Starks was on Collision of April 12th, 2025. Thunder Rosa and Chris Stanley, I remember this was on Dynamite. But I can't remember it was on April 6th or April 9th of 2025. Mercedes Monet, though, versus Jay Hart was on Dynasty. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I read that wrong. Dynamite was not on April 6th. It was on April 9th. April 6th was actually Dynasty. So Dynasty had Julia and Mercedes Monet. One Thunder Rosa and Chris Stanley was on the 9th. and Harley Cameron versus Athena was on Collision on April 12th, 2025. Which I'm pretty sure it was also Jim Hader and Billy Starks too as well. I could be wrong, but I could swear it was also on that one as well. Because I don't think it was on. I don't think it was on Dynamite. I wouldn't know if it was on Dynamite or not. And then the semifinals, Dynamite Spring Breakthrough, April 16th, 2025. That was Athena versus Mrricanjay Monet. And on Dynamite of April 23rd, 2025, it was Jimmy Hater versus Chris Statlander. All right, so it's the same. It's the same weeks that Mrricanjay Monet and Jimmy Hater have to wait until we get to do nothing. Of three to 2 to 3 weeks for Jimmy Hater and 3 to 4 weeks with Mrricanjay Monet. Yeah, I don't like how they're shipping this tournament. To the scheduling like that. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good because they at least should get the tournaments out of the way. So I think they should have planned it out by doing these different matches on these shows on different dates. That way they could build on the tournament to be incredible, but also build the tournament to be incredible leading up to a double nothing. To also build the pay per view up even great. But they didn't do it. So there you go. Anyways, so folks, here we go. This is unbelievable. For AW Double or Nothing, which may remind people. Oh wait a minute, I'm sorry. Holy shit. I got it wrong here, folks. When it comes to Double or Nothing, it's actually gonna be on May 25th. Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? It's in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, they already showed out this whole tournament thing, folks. Instead of waiting to do it on April, why couldn't they just do it on May? I mean, look, they could have done it. They could have done it on May 7th, and that would have been no issue. Hell, if they wanted to do the tournament during April, they could have done it on the last day of April, on April 30th. They said it would be a lot better than making us wait. For now, it's going to be as we stand by. When it comes to the tournament, Jimmy Hater and Hangman Page, together for 2 to 3 weeks, they're building up this tournament for them. Now it's gonna be added to more for 4 to 5 weeks. They gotta wait till we get to Double Nothing. And when it comes to Ospreay and Mrricanjay Monet, it's gonna be when it comes to 3 to 4 weeks. Now it's gonna be up to 6 to 5 weeks, or 5 to 6 weeks. 5 to 6 weeks, I should say. Until we get to Double Nothing. Holy shit, man! And on top of that, they only announced 2 matches, and the 2 matches are the respective the prospective tournaments that they have here for the men's and women's Owen Hart Cup tournament. What the fuck are they waiting for? The only 2 matches you build up for Double Nothing are those 2 matches that's been part of the show for Dynamite, Collision, and for your pay-per-view Dynasty. That's what the tournament first started. It started on Dynasty. That was a month ago. I cannot imagine Japan Pro Wrestling doing this shit with the G1 Climax, or let alone their New Japan Cup tournament. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do, folks. I mean, Moxley could still defend his belt because we still got time. But who's good? Who's good? After he beat Samoa Joe, because let's face it, he ain't losing that belt to Samoa Joe. Especially, I'd love to see Samoa Joe win the belt again. He ain't losing that belt to Samoa Joe. Because there could be some shenanigans. Even though there's gonna be a steel case there, there's still gonna be some shenanigans. It has never stopped them to have any type of shenanigans in steel case matches. Last thing we saw was when it comes to shenanigans on steel case matches for AEW, it was Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, and we saw how that ended up being. Where Mark Davis getting involved, and I think Don Callis tried to get involved. I can't remember if he was trying to get involved or not, but it was through some shenanigans that was going on. And now when you got the Death Riders involved here, and then who knows if you got the Cucamonga Fox, in the EVPs that are going to get involved as well. Especially I think with a cliffhanger there with the Young Fox meeting up with or they're confronted, I should say, by the Death Riders, and that was all we saw of that. I would prefer the Death Riders beat up on the Young Fox either way. That way we wouldn't have to see them in the match with Ricochet against who they were facing. I think it was Mark Briscoe, Kevin Knight, and Mike Bailey. Whatever. Anyways. Yeah, this is a mess. This is a mess, folks. No wonder why nothing feels lackluster. They only been up 2 matches for the pay-per-view. You would think they would try to add some more matches on there. Even though that's a bad thing because we know how many matches they're willing to put on there. But holy shit, man. I don't know, folks. I don't know what to tell you for this one. And I don't know what else we could do when it comes to holding up the finalists when it comes to the All Heart Cup tournament. But we gotta see what to do with that. And on top of that, we're gonna have something about the Hurt Syndicate. It's gonna I believe it's gonna lead to a match with the Hurt Syndicate against MJF, and whoever MJF's got in line for them. Because when it comes to the Hurt Syndicate, someone's coming in after his deal has finally been up. His 9 days non-compete has finally been up, which I'm pretty sure that's why they kept stalling of MJF, teasing MJF to join the Hurt Syndicate. I can't believe of all people they chose MJF to be in this, because all this time MJF could have been in the tournament for world title, but then he's gonna find out because his excuse is because once I'm part of the Hurt Syndicate, I don't have to be in this tournament to compete for world title, because they're gonna be my shortcut, my tool to get me to the world title. So MJF, it's gonna look stupid in the long way, and the long way of this, because now look stupid, but look like a chump, look like a and his words, by the way, a bitch, because they're doing all this just to buy time, to milk time, till we get the real fourth man in the Hurt Syndicate, and that's gonna be Cedric Alexander, who his deal of 9 days not compete from WWE after being released is finally been up. That's what's going to happen, folks. That's why they're milking this. That's why they're buying time here, because it was all just the buy time. Which, hey, either way, I thought what they were doing on TV with MJF and her syndicate was great. It's one of the things that I did enjoy watching AEW Dynamite. It's because what they were doing with MJF with her syndicate. But MJF's talking about him getting a world title while being in the tournament, that makes no sense. And then he called all of us out when it comes to that. And like, well, you're gonna look stupid either way, because we're all gonna be right at the end of the day. And MJF's gonna be end up being wrong in all this. But either way, we're gonna see how this turns out though. Either way, because I do believe we're getting Cedric Alexander, and it's gonna be something to look forward to for later on tonight. You may like it, you may hate it. So we'll see who will have their opinions about the whole thing once we get to that segment. Because the segment it's gonna be Lashley to make the final decision. 'Cause he's the one gonna make that final decision. If it's gonna be a thumbs up or thumbs down, or in Lashley's case, another thumbs down. Here's what here's what I think is gonna happen. I think what's gonna happen is gonna be, obviously, they're gonna do the whole thing where they can, they have to do a vote, right? And MVP is gonna be first. Obviously, he's gonna give it a thumbs up. Sean Benjamin will give it a thumbs up. Lashley will give it a thumbs up. But MJF, thinking, he's gonna be in at the 3 thumbs up, but not knowing that MVP has already talked about one more member who's already in the her syndicate before they make before they make this decision to recruit, and I'm using my quotations here, MJF into the her syndicate, and Cedric Alexander comes in and he gives a thumbs down, and then the hurt syndicate will hurt MJF. That's what I think is going to happen. Or they're going to go another way around what they could do with it. I don't know what else what they could do. They could think of anything, whatever they want, out of their ass. But at least that's what I will do. But we'll see. But it's got to be booked right. If they do it like how I do it, it's got to be booked right. Do I trust them booking it right? No. But let's see if they do it the way I do it. And maybe they'll add some some emphasis into it. Well, we shall see. But there you go, folks. That's pretty much it. I want to say it from there. So, that being said, I'm gonna end from here now. So, folks, thank you for watching again. With the True J Bird and the Omega Red, it's Natural Born Thriller. As I say, peace, honesty, joy, be well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world. For I am out here. Talk for now, as I bid you all and Abdu with a goodbye and good night to all you. And by the way, folks, I'm about to do a video when it comes to my grandmother after passing away. She passed away last Monday, and it's not gonna be much of the video is not gonna be much or anything, but I'm gonna put a video together, and hopefully you'll like it when it comes to it. I'm gonna have it ready by this week, hopefully by before the weekend comes up. So it'll be uploaded on YouTube later in the week. Hopefully y'all get a chance to see it and watch it, and hopefully y'all enjoy it as I do something nice for my grandmother who passed away at the age of 85. And we bury her this week on Monday. So I get rest in peace to my grandmother. Gonna miss her. If I have had all those times, to spend with her, all those years I would that could have spent time with her, I would have, but there, sometimes the things just comes up at the end of the day. But folks, I'll see you all next time. Later on tonight, obviously after Dynamite, because we're gonna do a WrestleMania watch 20 for WrestleMania 24. That's I don't know if Omega Rest is available, but again, if not, then we'll figure something out for later in the week, folks. But until then, take care of yourselves. And also, when it comes to Mr. Ricky J 21, when it comes to the next freaking Josh watch, I'll let him know about it as well. Hopefully we could do it like sometime this week as well. But we'll keep out posted either way. But until then, take care of yourselves and each other. God bless. Take care and peace.